This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Sanusi D-Red Studios of Arizona, UFC 269 Oliveira Poirier recap. Julianna Peña with a major upset. What's next for Sean O'Malley? Let's do the whole entire card recap. Let's go with the MMA.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome to the show, friends. Hopefully you're wonderful, wonderful. It's Monday night, and this is the MMA Holes Hour. We're hanging with
Hang with the boys.
for 3 hours tonight. Yeah, let's go. We're going to be opening up phone lines tonight. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful. We got a donation coming in over here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
This is for all the MMA Hole fam. Anyone going through a battle in life, just know we're here for you. Stay strong, overcome, and don't forget you are fucking wonderful, wonderful.
Wow, look at that. B-Man, thank you for the kind words, and very nice way to start the show over there. Yes, everyone is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
In this community. We're all here to talk about the UFC 269 that happened on Saturday night. An entire card of goodies. A lot of stuff to talk about. An upset that I say is the greatest female upset of all time. It's very debatable. Some people say it could be one of the greatest upsets of all time. I don't know if I go with that, but WMMA upset, I got it at number one. I'll tell you why later on. JBM, how are you tonight?
Wonderful, wonderful, Moss. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what we're going to do here tonight is we're going to do an hour of recap. Then we're going to roll into the phone calls because we need to know what you think about UFC 269. 3 hours of show tonight, courtesy of Sanusi and the donators that came in on the last Monday stream. So thank you for that. Ariel's yapping away in the background over there. He had some interviews today that we'll probably talk about throughout this stream. But I want to start off from the beginning of the card. That's right, a little cliffhanger. Because listen, I have some major thoughts about the main event and especially the co-main event. So we're going to dabble through the beginning of the card. We're going to roll our way all the way up. So that by the time we get a full chat room over here, we'll be revving the engines and stuff. Jillian Robertson versus Priscilla Kuchera. Okay, so by the way, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors before we get into this over here. You see Head Rush on the bottom, promo code MMAHOLES for 20% off. My Bookie, which we are up once again this week. Let's go.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got some right, we got some wrong, but we got the right ones right enough to win in the plus. We have been on fire on mybookie.ag. And how do they get 100% match on their first deposit, Jess?
Promo code MMA Holes.
That's right. There we go. Promo code MMA Holes. It's very simple. The promo code is MMA Holes throughout all our sponsors over here, so it makes it very simple for you guys to get the deals, the discounts, the bonuses. MysticRootsCBD.com. Same promo code, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And we're bringing Polymarket back on the team tonight. Let's go Polymarket. So we have multiple ways where you could either bet on fights, you can trade over here on Polymarket. It's a pretty cool site. So we'll talk about this more as the show progresses. But we had a lot of fun the last time we were playing with Polymarket. So we'll be gambling on my bookie, trading on Polymarket. All the stuff you need is in the description down below. If you want to watch the fights, ESPN Plus. Thank you to our sponsors. Now, let's get into the first fight on this card over here. We're going to blast through it. And like I said before, we're going to go into the co-main and main event. Jess, I mean, recuperating from this UFC 269 card. Whoop, and there goes the baby. There she goes. How you doing, kiddo? Yeah. We've been getting a lot of comments on our child. Some people are like, your show sucks ever since you got a baby. How dare us reproduce and grow more MMA holes. It's a terrible thing to do. But yeah, Ellie's in the background having a little fun. All right, I'll talk about this on my own. Jillian Robertson versus Priscilla Cachoeira. This first fight on the card, what a win for Jillian Robertson. This girl over here, she comes in there on a 2-fight losing streak. Honestly, I thought she was donezo. I was off the Jillian train. But what does she do in this fight? She goes in there and makes a statement. She gets a submission in the first round. And the thing that stands out in this fight is Cachoeira was eye gouging like a motherfucker, going nuts, just digging those thumbs into the eye sockets of Robertson. Robertson did not care. She kept going forward with her submission, and it paid off for Jillian Robertson. A complete badass with that win over there. And Cachoeira goes with the loss on the first fight of the card. So nice job by Jillian Robertson bouncing back. Is she a contender? Still not really sold. Not really sold on that one over there. But Jillian Robertson, she's got good grappling. We'll see what happens in the next fight. And maybe she can put on a little run. She's only 26 years old. She was a pretty big favorite in this thing. We tried to take a shot with the under, and it failed miserably. But don't worry, we'll show you how we paid ourselves throughout the card with our gambling. So nice job by Jillian Robertson. Going into Tony Kelly, making a statement over here. And we had an underdog win. Man's eyes very close together. Said he looked like the guy from Mars Attack. Well, Tony Kelly just flopped in this fight. Really didn't have a shot. I mean, not Kelly, excuse me. COSTA flopped in this thing. COSTA looked lost out there. Kelly brought the pace. The prime time gets the win with the knockout in the second round. Jess, were you in the building for this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you think about this fight?
I mean, I wasn't really surprised from the start. I think Randy Costa was showing some hesitation, and every time Kelly came in with some kind of combination, Costa just fell victim to it. Like he didn't. It's almost like he wasn't prepared for Kelly. It was really bizarre. So I wasn't surprised that Kelly got the knockout.
Yeah, it was wild. Kelly looked great. Looked very good in this one. And someone put a post. Is he dating a UFC fighter or something like that? Someone put something up there. I couldn't see who it was. It looked like what's her face? I forgot her name. Anyway, who cares? But yeah, Kelly, nice win over there. Tony Kelly, prime time. So the underdog gets the job done. 34 years of age, grabs the win. Here it is, Ryan Hall. Well, what did he do? He got the decision. 3 rounds of a decision. I like watching this man flop around on the ground. He is such a pain in the ass. He's like a puzzle. Just trying to figure out this puzzle for 3 rounds. And when he grabs your legs, you're like, oh, shit, he's going to rip my leg off. He's going to twist my foot off. Like, what is he doing? The guy is all over the place. Jits up the wazoo. And Derek Minor had answers for, getting out of situations, but didn't have enough to win the fight. Derek Minor collects the L, and Ryan Hall, the Wizard, gets the win. 9-2-0 for Ryan Hall. It's funny, people either really like this guy or can't stand him. I feel like there's no one in the middle. So he bounces back, gets the win, and I'm curious what's next for this guy. I have a feeling a lot of fighters don't want to fight this dude just because of his quirky style. Jess, has he grown on you, Ryan Hall?
No.
Okay.
I have no interest in watching him fight, ever.
Okay. Now, let me ask the chat this. What do you guys think about Ryan Hall? My favorite people in the world, the live chat, the MMA Holes. What do you think about the Wizard?
I think humans been mutating faster. I keep seeing those Thunderdomes all the time now. 206 Stoner says retire. UFC Music says, should Nunes get a rematch or focus and put more effort in here featherweight belt?
I have so many thoughts on those fights, but we're gonna roll into it. We're starting from the bottom, we're going all the way to the top, so we'll get to everything.
He's all right. Love Ryan Hall. Fook Ryan Hall. Nerd Hall. Okay. Fook you Ryan. He's cool. We love Ellie. Salty Wizard equals Jesse. Barely any specialist nowadays. I enjoy Hall. Steph Curry 1 away. Gonna break it. I think he's terrible at Go Fish. Love Ryan Hall in NYC. He's like watching perfect NBA layups for 15 minutes straight. Who the hell wants that?
Yeah, it's like they're split. Either you love them or you hate them. It's pretty wild. I love them. I mean, I freaking love it. It's like watching a man fight an octopus. Like, it's just like, it doesn't feel like two human beings are fighting each other. It's just like some sort of creature just rolling around, attacking limbs and stuff. It's just a different dynamic. What would you rather see? Would you rather see a wrestler take a guy down and lay on him and not stay active? Or would you rather see Ryan Hall flipping and flopping all over the place, attacking with submissions over and over again? I mean, I personally like that. I like Ryan's style. Now, here's the problem with Saturday. When Ryan Hall did mount his opponent, well, there not much happened towards the end of the fight. And I could see how people got upset about that. At least when he was attacking the legs, there was an element of danger. And you're like, okay, is he going to get finished? He's going to get finished. Towards the end of the fight, when he mounted him, I'm like, okay, he's got the mount. Is he going to go for the head and arm? Like, what's going to happen here? And it felt like it just we got stuck in one position. So I could understand how people don't like that. But for the most part, I enjoy Ryan Hall. Jesse, not so much. So let us know in the chat what you guys think.
Super chat.
Alexander.
Charlie Olives literally submitted Dustin faster than Khabib. How the F did that happen?
We will talk about that. We will. Thank you, Alexander. Appreciate that. Hang in there. Hit the like button. We're going to hit Olives and we're going to hit Nunes. The two champs, different outcomes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
D-Rest.
You'd like to be man of mixed martial artists. Get it, mofos.
That's right. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
Ellie, you know what that means? Ellie, you know? Any idea what it was DRS saying? I don't know, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's move from the Wizard right up this card over here. A 14-fight card. We did fantastical. Thanks to my bookie. We had some ups and downs. I enjoy making the bets on there because, you know, there were highs and lows, a roller coaster ride, but we ended on top as usual. Erin Blanchfield versus Miranda Maverick. Okay, Erin Blanchfield, tough, strong girl, gets the decision. 3 rounds of torture for Maverick and kind of torture for the viewer. Wasn't the best of fights. And Miranda Maverick now, well, she's now 9-4. Maverick over here, who I thought had some serious potential. She's still fairly young, right? Was she 24 years old? But now it's kind of like, she's exposed. I don't know. Look at these last 2 fights. She's taken losses. You got the split decision to Macy, which was kind of controversial, I guess. But Blanchfield, very dominating. A 22-year-old girl with limited UFC experience, just muscling Miranda Maverick. And then after this fight, I was like, oh, man, maybe she just should go back to teaching. I don't know. Like, Erin Blanchfield seems like someone to look out for now, with a pretty dominant performance. What'd you think about this one, the ladies?
Yeah, I like seeing that there's like newer females coming in. Like, I think Maverick got kind of destroyed in that fight, and I think there was a lot of vulnerability that was exposed as well. So it's kind of nice to see some new blood that's ready to kind of take over the game. Yeah.
I mean, I'm interested. The fight wasn't that great, but the fact that she's only 22 years of age, she was so dominant in the fight. I definitely want to see what's next for her. So, Erin Blanchfield, cold-blooded. Keep an eye on this girl with the big forehead. All right, what else we got here? Andre Munoz versus Eric Anders, a submission, and Munoz looked great. To just submit Eric Anders in round 1 the way he did, Andre is scary at middleweight. He's a guy I really want to see fight soon again. Jess, did you get your eyeballs on this fight?
No, I did not watch this.
Man, oh man, wait until you see this kid fight again. 22-4-0, 31 years of age, 6'1", middleweight action here. He's on some run. Some freaking run. In the UFC, 1, 2, 3, 4 fights in a row with the dubs. The armbar, inverted armbar, unanimous decision, and came in from the rear naked choke contender series appearance against Taylor Johnson. This kid's good. This is a prospect. And I'm very much looking for. I mean, I was shocked the way. I mean, listen, we thought he was going to win, but actually, I hit it right on the head. But what's it called? I didn't think he was going to do it the way he did on Eric Anders. Your boy got murked, man. So Eric Anders getting submitted in round number 1. Keep an eye on Andre Muniz and Aaron Blanchfield, 2 young prospects coming into the UFC doing some stuff. Another one over here with a spectacular finish. Round 1 knockout. Bruno Silva, Brazil, over Jordan Wright. And Jordan Wright has completely, I mean, listen, he's fun to watch. He's interesting. He's unique. He's quirky. But let's be honest, Bruno Silva was on another level here. Gets the job done, the finish, the knockout, and Jordan Wright collects an L on Saturday. 2 L's now for Jordan Wright. One was to, what's the other guy? Buckley? Was that who it was?
Joaquin Buckley.
Was it Joaquin Buckley? I think it was him. Yes. Joaquin Buckley was the other one here. So Jordan Wright, I mean, here's my problem with Jordan Wright. The guy's so talented. It feels like Sage Northcutt, where he's such an athletic, you know, he can throw all these crazy, spectacular moves at you, but his head is just like on a tee. It's so easy to catch this guy's chin. He's always open and exposed, and when he gets clipped, he's done. And Bruno Silva capitalized on it. So Bruno Silva, another guy to look out for at 32 years of age. What do you think about this Bruno Silva fella, Jess?
I don't even really recall this fight very much. So
What?
Yeah, I can't really. I mean, I'm sure, you know, he's got some potential, but I hate to interrupt, but say goodnight because it's time for oatmeal.
Okay, oatmeal with the baby. Good thing we have a 3-hour show, so let's say goodbye to Jesse tonight.
Say goodnight.
Say goodbye to Jesse. Enjoy your oatmeal. That's Jesse. Everyone in the chat say goodbye. Good night, Jesse. Good night.
To Ellie.
Ellie? Not Jesse. Ellie. They got that same E at the end. Ellie and Jesse. Very confusing to me as an old man. But good night to Ellie. Excuse me. Not good night, Jesse. She'll be back. All right. Anyway, this is another kid. So 3 fights in a row on the UFC 269 card, okay, where there's a guy or a gal that you could look out for here. 3 people of interest. Bruno Silva is the next one that you could put on the list. Another middleweight. So imagine Silva versus Muniz. That'd be a pretty wild fight down the road. Who knows? Maybe these two, we'll see some Brazil and Brazil violence. So Silva, Muniz, Blanchfield, 3 fights in a row. And this is how you know it's a damn good card. What's up, Will Harris in the chat? What up, Will? What up?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Will Harris has my favorite Twitter account in the world. Just saying. My favorite. Even if I disagree, I love it. I love the fact that Will gets on Twitter and he just starts ruffling some feathers over there. He got Conor McGregor to respond to him, for God's sakes. But shout out to Will Harris, Anatomy of a Fighter. Great guy. Would love to get him back on the show very soon. Go check out Anatomy of a Fighter. So 3 fights in a row of prospects. Now we go to Tai Tuivasa versus Sakai. Tai Tuivasa versus Sakai. Let's go. Up.
Wonderful,
We got a
wonderful.
Baratheon donation.
What a show the other night. You guys were awesome. I had you on my phone, my son had you on his tablet, my wife had you on her phone while we were watching the event. We mute all but one. Better commentary anyways, unless you're DC.
Let's go, Brett Baratheon! Has the holds on all his devices.
Wonderful, wonderful.
How about that? Brett Baratheon. Thank you very much, Brett. Brett's been a supporter for a while, and we love the Baratheon family. Thank you so much for that donation. We got a new subscriber over here, JJ Perez. Welcome, JJ Perez, to the community. Appreciate it. Now, chat away. Now, Tuivasa went from a guy that I was thinking was going to get cut at one point to a freaking rock star. This dude over here, Tai Tuivasa, he went on a 3-fight losing streak, and I'm like, this guy's no good. 2018 going into 2019, I'm like, wow. This guy's no good. I mean, he lost a Spivak.
Wonderful, wonderful.
D-Reps.
Oh, you don't get it. I said B-man as in I'd think he'd fuck for the whole community up bitches.
You don't get it. I said B-man is in, I'd think he'd fuck the whole community up. He would fuck the whole. I do get that. Yeah, B-Man would fuck us all up. He's a badass. Thank you, D-Rest. Appreciate that. Complete badass. So here we go. So Stefan Struve gets the win off the 3-fight losing streak with the knockout. Knocks out the skyscraper. Harry Hunsucker, the overhand right, the ground and pound. Greg Hardy. And that's where a lot of people were like, well, thank God. A lot of people aren't, they haven't forgiven Greg Hardy for his past. Not the biggest fan of the guy, right? So what happens over here? Mr. Shuey takes out Hardy. Sakai on Saturday night, round 2 knockout. And he's been knocking people out like, what a run. And every time he knocks someone out, jumps on top of that cage, grabs a Steve Will Do It shoe, and chugs away. The crowd goes crazy. Even the security's like, oh, he's going to have a shoey. Just let him do it. Just let him do it, man. The people want it. Tai Tuivasa is starting to remind me of like Big Country. I'm getting that vibe. Now, for those of you old folks out there that remember Big Country in the UFC, what would Big Country do? He would knock people's heads off, jump on top of the cage, and start jiggling his belly, and the crowd would just freaking lose it. They would lose it. I've been in the building when Big Country's done that, and it would be electric. I get the same feel with this guy, with Tai Tuivasa. He's up in the ante. He's taking random people's shoes and just chugging spit and fucking alcohol. I mean, it's nuts, man. I love it. And seeing this guy on the internet, mingling with fans and doing his thing, he's such a likable guy. He's such a guy to root for. And I got to say this, my Aussie friends out there. He's the guy. He should be your champion. Love it. Love this Tuivasa. I love the way he went from a 3-fight losing streak to knocking fools out and just winning the hearts of the MMA community. What a nice turnaround for Tai Tuivasa. So I think Greg Hardy was his real coming out party, to be honest. But this is just the exclamation point over here. The sky's the limit. And at heavyweight, with heavy hands, you never know. You just never know. Could you imagine if Tai Tuivasa goes on a run and becomes a champion? Talk about a marketable guy. So I'm rooting for Tai Tuivasa. Another guy. Keep your eyeballs on him. Dominic Cruz versus Pedro Munoz. We picked Dominic Cruz. We picked him by a decision. And what happens over here? He looked great. Pedro Munoz is in a funk, man. So picking Dominic Cruz was a no-brainer for me. I thought Dominic Cruz... Listen, he's a legend. Dominic Cruz is a legend. He is 36 years old, but with so many breaks along the way with those injuries. Dominic Cruz does not have the mileage of a typical 36-year-old MMA fighter. The former champion, some were saying the GOAT of 135 at one point. Dom Cruz is right in the mix. Now, the only problem with Dominic Cruz is you just don't feel he's going to be knocking fools out, right? That's the one thing. Another thing is he's going to criticize his friends and throw them under the bus. But some people like it, some people hate it. But take all that stuff away. Dominic Cruz knows how to win fights. 24-3. It's a pretty damn good record. And if he could stay healthy, who knows? A lot of people are throwing it out there saying Dominic Cruz fight Jose Aldo. How would you not want to see that? I think the ship has sailed with the Frankie Edgar situation, with how Edgar's looked as of late. Although I'd still like to see it. But Frankie Edgar's doing other things. Dominic Cruz, nice job by the Dominator. Can't wait to see what he has next, or he's going to piss off next. But collects the win over Pedro Munoz by decision. This fight over here, man, what a good fight. By the way, Dominic Cruz and Munoz got the fight of the night. This fight over here, I mean, you just felt at any moment Josh Emmett could put out Ige's lights. Now, I thought Ige won the fight. There was a little debate during the stream. I mean, if you look at the stats, it was in favor of Ige, but stats don't really mean anything, They look good, but they don't tell the whole story. But still, in real time, I did believe Ige won this fight, regardless of the fact Josh Emmett coming back off the long layoff and getting the win is a nice job. And how could you not like watching Emmett? Emmett could put your lights out at any second. And Ige looked like he was going to sleep a couple of times during that fight. It was a really fun 3-round fight between the boys. Joshy boy gets the win. And that's pretty wonderful, wonderful. By unanimous decision. One judge said 30-27. I almost lost my freaking mind. If you want to give Emmett the win, it's okay. It's a close fight. I get it. But 30-27, don't leave it to the judges. I see in the chat 206 Stoner said Emmett lost. I agree with you, but it was too close for me to do a whole stream on it. Wow, Kainoto said it too. It's too close for me to go crazy. But I'm with you. To the people that think Ige won that fight. I thought so too. But regardless of the fact, 30-27 in favor of Emmett, a little crazy. Let's go to the Fook and Sugar Show. Sean O'Malley defeats Paiva the first round, takes him the Fook out. How you doing, Shawnee boy? How you doing? Is this the one? Is this the fight that we're all going to get excited about? I see all the Sugar fans going crazy. Unblemished, right? 16-0, they're saying. Marlon Vera never happened? What do you think in the chat? I'm going to pull this over. I'm going to run this over to the chat. Now, we have 3 hours of show. We haven't even touched on the co-main event and main event yet, so I urge you to smash that like button. And we're going to open up some phone lines, too. But Sean O'Malley, in this fight here, listen, Paiva's not a champion, but he's a solid, strong, tough fighter, right? He's not quite ranked, but he's right there. What I can take from this fight is the UFC is doing the right thing. They're slowly bringing up O'Malley. They're probably going to pay him a nice chunk of money for his next contract. He's got the buzz. Fans love him. Fans hate him. But regardless of the fact, fans are going to watch him. Love him or hate him. They're going to watch Sean O'Malley. And I like watching his striking. I have my issues with other things. You know, I'm just not the biggest fan of his podcast and his outside the cage stuff. But he's growing on me. Because not only is he showing that he's a very good striker, in his post-fight press conferences, I like what he had to say. Now, the DC thing might have caught some headlines, but he followed it up saying that it's a tough job and he would probably sound like an asshole doing it. But he threw some shade at DC. I'm sure the media is just going to clip with the negative stuff that O'Malley said about DC, and then they're not going to, say the whole thing, because he did cover his ass. But what he said about Dominic Cruz or Cody Garbrandt especially. Cody Garbrandt had a rough night. We'll get to that in a second. He had a rough night at the office. But what Sugar Sean said and gave him respect and says he's a legend, even though all that trash talk was happening, Sean O'Malley could have danced on Cody Garbrandt's grave at the press conference, and he didn't. I like that. He's got the bravado. He's accomplishing stuff in the cage, and he's showing a little bit of class. It's reminding me of Conor McGregor. Because after the fight was done and all the shit talking was happening, when Conor was on the rise up, it was all like respect and he was just trying to sell fights that mattered. That's when Conor was lovable. Now he's just the pure bad guy that's just shitting on everyone. What he said about Makhachev on Twitter, I laughed. I did laugh, but I could see how people would be pretty upset about his inbred comments. Regardless of the fact, it's not about him. Sean O'Malley, though, what's happening here, it's different, man. Like, they're slowly bringing this guy up. They're slowly introducing him to the ranking system. His brand is already built. He's got his following. So if they feed him the right people, he could fight for a belt within the near future. Very possible. In this fight against Paiva, watching Sean O'Malley download the information throughout that fight and slowly see how his opponent's fighting, say, okay, this is going to work, this is not going to work, and then at the end of the round has the presence, the knowledge, that looks up at the clock, the intelligence to say, okay, we could pour it on in this moment. Beautifully done. Honestly, it was a fantastic performance by Sean O'Malley as he just takes out Paiva. Now, the only thing, and Sugar's definitely ducking Merab. There's no doubt about it. Merab would destroy him. He would wipe the floor with him because it's just the wrong matchup, right? So I have a feeling the UFC is probably going to navigate him around Merab, although I would love to see it. My problem now, my worry, if I'm an O'Malley fan, is this. What was O'Malley doing at the post-fight press conference? He was icing them hands. That's 2 fights in a row where my man is worrying about them hands. 27 years old, a striker that throws caution to the, caution aside when it's time to finish. Like, he looks to finish his opponent. Just keeps on pounding away at the face until the guy goes down. Are his hands going to hold up? I don't know. I don't think they are. So they have to find a way to weasel this man to a belt before those hands start really becoming a problem, because it seems like that's the story after all the fights. So Sean O'Malley, what do you guys think about Sugar Sean? I think this guy listen, he's definitely a star. There's no doubt about that. The question is, what's next? Like, what's next? Do we start? I mean, you got to give him a ranked opponent, right? There's no question about that. Let's see what the chat says. Dude, I still can't believe Nunes lost. We'll talk about that very soon. Kevin would wipe the floor with him. Kevin would wipe the floor with him without using his hands, if you know what I mean. I don't know what you mean. Damn, I never thought about the hand thing. You might be right. Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed when he was icing those hands. And think about it, when the Mutino fight, when Mutino was playing punching bag the whole time, O'Malley was really fucked up after that fight with the hands. So, I mean, could you imagine if this guy has that? If the hands are just not holding up and that's his bread and butter, what is he going to do? Start taking guys down? Like, what is he going to do? Better start using elbows, maybe headbutting. I don't know. O'Malley looked worried the whole time. No, man, the kid's smart. Listen, as much as I've shit on Sean a lot in other aspects of the game, but I tell you what, the kid's very talented. He's smart. He's smarter than he sounds. Let me just put it that way. Sean has skinny woman fingers. Kevin Lee starstruck. Will Harris in the chat. Brittle Bones. Kevin Gay. I feel the same on that Sonosi. The clown Will Harris. Oh God, here we go. Will, if you feel free to torch Kevin from Chicago, this guy in the chat has some sort of hard arm for you, man. Some hard arm. Hopefully we can get Kevin to call in. Sonosi.
Happy you guys get to chat for 2 hours tonight. With some help, unlike last time you got 523 minutes, so how much is that? If I don't know 1,000 for save a show in the future, is that a double studio? Probably by February 30th like McGregor title shot.
Bro, if you donate 1,000, that's a double studio. So basically, we're going 3-hour shows. We got like 4 weeks of 3-hour shows. I got it on the calendar. But the next couple weeks, we're good. We're going to be going 3-hour show, 3-hour show, 3-hour show. So listen, you keep on tag. I'm just going to keep rolling it over. Put it in my calendar. Keep rolling it over. So donate away, man. Keep us alive. I love it.
Wonderful.
D-Rest.
Hey Moss, Dominic, get it?
No. Thank you, D-Rest. No. Dominic, get it. Does anyone in the chat get it? I don't know.
Wonderful.
Kainoto.
Garbrandt should ask Uriah a favor to donate some chin meat. That would rejuvenate his career. They are good friends, aren't they?
There were some memes out there. I mean, I feel bad shitting on Cody Garbrandt, but I kind of get why people do it because he's very he's a confident athlete that believes in himself. He's cocky, right? And cocky guys like that start losing. The fans, the first thing they do, they shit on the man. I saw it firsthand where people were just, I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe how TJ Dillashaw was getting so much love over Cody Garbrandt at UFC 217 when Dillashaw, a cheater, well, they didn't know he was a cheater at the time, but, kind of left his team and the whole thing. Like, he was the snake in the grass, but still was the loved one of Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt, maybe it was the Dominic Cruz dancing around, the showboating and everything like that. People didn't like that swag. But now Cody Garbrandt, he's in some trouble here, man. I actually picked Cody. I believed in him at going to 125. And boy, was that a dopey one. Thank God I saved myself on following bets. But, Sean O'Malley, one of them. But, yeah, Cody Garbrandt, man. Wow, he got, dropped 4 times. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad situation. It's crazy to think of he was on his way to becoming a Hall of Fame fighter, And now he may be cut. Dude, it's nuts. I can't wrap my head around it. Like, TJ Dillashaw literally stole this man's soul. And then TJ Dillashaw was suspended for cheating. So it's like it's a really effed up story if you think about it. You know? If you're doing the Cody Garbrandt story, the man that stole your soul was a cheater. What if he never faced the cheating TJ Dillashaw? Would he still be the same Cody Garbrandt? Like, it all fell apart. You have that one Asunciao fight where he got the knockout, but my God. Cody had a great weight cut going to freaking 125. I really thought he looked fantastic going there. Didn't look like swole, like he didn't look drained. He looked like he was going to kick some ass. Everyone's like chin, 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 the whole deal. I don't know what's up with the guy. Got dropped twice by Kara France. And listen, let's not take anything away from Kara France. The guy's he's an animal. He really made a statement on Saturday night. So let's give credit to this guy. Everyone's saying title shot. I'm kind of on board with it. I think Kara France really, he puts his name in the hat now. But with Cody Garbrandt over here, coming in there and just getting dropped over and over again, and then he's looking at Kara France, and he's saying, bring it. Like you could see, he's like, come on. It's like, bro, you were asking for it. And what happens? Kara France like, all right, I'll bring it to you, buddy. You ordered the carnage, and he just destroys him. Absolutely destroys him. And at the end, when Kara France goes over to him all respectfully, Cody Garbrandt's like, what the fuck's going on? I don't know what's next for this guy. Actually, I do. I said it on Saturday night. Maybe you make him Sean O'Malley food. You have him go up to 135. Is he? I mean, I'm assuming he's going to still keep fighting, but it's getting tough to watch. Do you throw him to the wolves? Do you feed him to the clown? Do you let him fight Sean O'Malley? Now, if you beat Sean O'Malley and you're Cody Garbrandt, this whole thing goes right out the window because you stopped the hype train. So there is an upside to it. Or you just get embarrassed. I say make it happen. Go for it. It gives Cody Garbrandt another chance to save face. But there is a big risk involved with fighting Sean O'Malley if he goes back up to 135. Let me know in the chat what you think should be next for Cody Garbrandt. Hang in there, friends. Hit the like button. 85 likes with 272 watching. What the fuck? What? Wake the fuck up. Let's go. It's Monday night. Let's go, people. Hit that fucking like button. What are you waiting for, friends? What are you waiting? The dislike button don't even work anymore, so you might as well hit the like. But what's next for Cody Garbrandt? Cody's selling feet pics? You're 100% right. Cody Garbrandt to Eagle FC. That's where Kevin Lee's going. Kevin Lee's going to Eagle FC. My God, man. Poor guy. Now Habib's his boss. He was running around saying he was going to beat Habib. And now Habib's his boss. I love it, man. Hey, at least Kevin Lee's got a job. So good for him on that. Next for Cody should be BKFC. I mean, you got Chad Mendes over there now, right? So, man, oh, man. But if like people say his chin is gone, could you imagine with no gloves? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm worried about Cody. I kind of don't want to see him fight again, to be honest. Bigfoot Silva's off that card. Yeah, this guy, why is that guy still fighting, man? He's one of those guys that has to just hang him up, man. AZ Cardinals in a battle. Kara France has power destroyed him. Habib gonna feed Kevin to some undefeated Russian prospects and ruin his career. That's so fucked. It's so messed up. Retire. BKFC would make Cody a cripple. Screw Khalabib. Somebody change his Wikipedia page to Cody no chin, no love. Or not no love. All right. So get your comments in the chat.
Wonderful.
We got Brett Baratheon coming in.
Kenny Florian said it best about Cody. He took a bunch of bombs in the France fight, just got caught. Doesn't mean he isn't fit to fight. Not many people take that punch. Cody needs to stop, which he can't, getting into firefights.
Yeah, so listen, I made the whole argument. I actually broke down the reason why his chin is not gone. You know, I made that argument. And then I see him get dropped 4 times. I feel if someone's chin is gone, I feel like you get clipped, you're dropped, and you can't really recuperate from that. Seeing him fight Rob Font and going 3 rounds, catching it on the face over and over again, his face was like stone in that fight. I feel like it's disrespectful to the people that are knocking out Cody Garbrandt. Kai Kara-France is a pretty damn good striker. Guy was hitting him on the button. Like he was hitting him in the off-button places. You know, any of us get clipped with a punch by Kara-France, I don't care if he's a 125er. I know I'm going to sleep. You know, so, I mean, you got to give credit to that. But I understand the other side of things, why people are making it a joke, because he is getting knocked out, right? I'm still not completely sold that you touch the chin lights out for the guy. I'm not sold on that. I think he could still compete. But it's getting tougher to watch because he's getting clipped. You know? So, I'm in a weird situation with Cody Garbrandt. Put him against Sean O'Malley, who's a very good striker. But put him against Sean O'Malley, who hasn't faced a guy of a Cody Garbrandt caliber, and give him a chance at redemption. It could go terribly wrong for Cody Garbrandt, yes. But I say, what do you got to lose now? We're going to get to the big stuff, the top 3 fights now on the card. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be opening up the phone lines as soon as I'm done giving my opinion, and then we're going to hear from the people. 3-hour show tonight, so make sure you fucking take your Adderall.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The glove touch.
Thanks to Condale. I might interview Dia Davis, who is Dustin Poirier's boxing coach, and he was in Dusty's corner on Saturday. I don't know if he will be back in Florida this weekend. But any suggestions in what I should ask?
I will just tell Kendall. I think we said the direction we needed Kendall to go. We asked Kendall if she could do an interview for us with that guy. Like, be cringy, man. What the fuck? You know what to do. Be cringy as fook. Do not ask the same questions over and over again. Ask the questions that'll get you clicks. That's my advice. Get those clicks.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Or you could be a respectful journalist and go that route too. But
O'Malley's hands hurt no worse than anyone else's. He's just showing PPE how he beats people so bad with those hands. He needs ice. Building that brand either for PPE to watch them KOs or watch the hands break.
You know what? It sounds nice, and I hope you're right about that, Royd. Royd666 Rage, thank you for the donation. I don't know, man. It's something to keep an eye on. 2 fights in a row, icing his hand, complaining about his hands. That's the one thing you don't want hurt if you're a striker. You know? Let the clown eat. Feed the clown. It should be a hashtag, feed the clown. Cody Garbrandt. Let's go into this Jeff Neal fight. I hit this one wrong, but I got to give credit where credit's due. Jeff Neal, what a redemption fight. What a redemption fight. 3 rounds. He actually clipped Ponzi at times where I thought he might have put him away. Ponzinibbio had moments where he came back and he showed his heart. But Jeff Neal back in the picture. Savage, man. Savage fight. Do I see champion? No. Do I see gatekeeper? Yes. But do I want to watch Jeff Neal fight? Of course, man. The guy's always going to be in there, causing pain on his opponents. He bounces back from the 2-fight losing streak. Neil Magny, who's a very good fighter. Stephen Thompson, who just signed a 6-fight deal with the UFC. Did you guys hear that? Stephen Thompson. At 39 years old? Pushing 40? Something like that? 6 fights! So Wonderboy's not going anywhere. And he's got a fight this Saturday that we'll be reacting to. I don't really have much more to say. I don't have much more to say about Jeff Neal, but he looked really good. He did. He did look good. I'll be rooting for him, because he's a fun fighter to watch. But like I said, I don't see champ. At the welterweight division. I just see too many problems for him there. But it's a good win. Really good win. Okay. Now, here we go. We are here. We are finally here at the point everyone's been waiting for. Julianna Peña, Amanda Nunes, Charles Oliveira, and Dustin Poirier. I'm going to do this backwards. I'm going to start off with the main event. Charlie Olives and Dustin Poirier. In a first round where Dustin Poirier had some pretty damn good moments. But the working to the body of Oliveira, the smart fighting of the champ paid off as we started entering the next 2 rounds. And once again, we don't see Charles Oliveira going into championship rounds. The guy's getting the job done early. We need to put some respect on this man's name. How he was an underdog, and by the way, he was our biggest win of the night. How he was an underdog on Saturday night was literally the odds makers just giving away money. And to the people out there that were just blindly picking Dustin Poirier, who, listen, I'm not trying to talk shit about Poirier. Poirier's very good at 155. Look at what he did with McGregor. He won an interim strap. The guy's beat some of the best. Charles Oliveira's on another level. Made a statement. Made a big statement. He's got the hands. He's a very smart striker, but his grappling, I mean, this guy can almost submit anybody. And Charles Oliveira does it in the third round on a black belt jiu-jitsu guy and Dustin Poirier, who, listen, his bread and butter is his striking, but he does have the jits. Charlie Olives, in that first round, though, I have to say this. There were some nerves coming from me, at least. There were some nerves here because Dustin looked good on the feet. He did. Dustin's got great cardio. So that first round, when it was over, I was like, thank God. Because I had feelings there that Dustin might have had a chance of finishing it there. A lot of people said the longer the fight goes, Dustin wins. Didn't really work out that way. Look what happened with Olives versus Michael Chandler. The first round, Michael Chandler this close to winning the 155-pound belt. Thought he had it in the bag. Gets finished by Charlie Olives. Olives survives, goes on to win the fight. Dustin Poirier this close. He literally thought going into that second round that fight was his. He thought it was done. The exact same emotion Poirier had with Michael Chandler, the same emotion Michael Chandler had. And look at the outcome. Oliveira just takes it away. Couple of things that we mentioned that night I'm going to mention here. Let's start with Dustin Poirier. The reason why we picked Oliveira in this fight, originally I was picking Poirier all the way up until fight week. And then it all fell apart. Jesse said to me, I'm picking Charles Oliveira. She's very confident from the beginning, so you got to give her credit for that. It wasn't even a thought in her mind. She goes, Oliveira. I needed time to process this information. And Dustin Poirier literally gave me the pick on a platter. When I saw Dustin looking at Charles Oliveira at the face-off, the weigh-ins, I was saying to everybody, he's back to the old Poirier. It wasn't this calm guy. He was all fired up, like, getting in his face. You know, not nasty or anything like that, but the emotions that Dustin Poirier was pouring out there before this fight went down, I was like, whoa, pump the brakes. Dustin Poirier was broken by Khabib when he was right there to win that 155-pound belt. It's in the back of his mind. He has a chance for redemption here on a guy that can submit you. When he was at this stage, he was submitted by Khabib Nurmagomedov. After that fight, Khabib swapping shirts with him. I'm going to donate money to the charity. All nice hugs and kisses. Before this fight even gets started, Charles Oliveira gets in the cage. And this is when I really got confident. Charles Oliveira got in the cage. He does his trot around, goes past the security. The security's trying to stop him. He goes past the security to give Dustin Poirier a hug, who is trying to get ready for a fight. Like trying to pace back and forth and get in that mindset to take this guy out. Here's Charles Oliveira giving him a kiss, like literally hugging him, then shaking his whole team's hand that's hanging off the cage. It's brilliant. Now, I don't know if this is a calculated move or he's just an extremely nice guy. It's probably the latter of the two. But now Dustin Poirier has to say, okay, this is not nice anymore. I need to be that caged animal again. He's got to flip the switch. And in that first round, it looked like he kind of did. But what happened? He got broke. Mentally, physically, Charles Oliveira did something that was spectacular on Saturday night. Made a statement as the underdog, which was completely ridiculous, and submitted Dustin Poirier. You feel bad for the Diamond. You really do, because you know, like watching his post-fight press conference, this one really stings. And he handled it pretty well. He didn't completely lose it like he did with the Khabib one here. But I'm sure when he got home, behind closed doors, Dustin Poirier, with his family, it probably, I guarantee everyone in this chat probably would have been teary-eyed. Because how could you not root for the Diamond, right? He's just a good guy. Charities, family man, a very fun guy to root for. But so is Charles Oliveira. And I like Charles Oliveira more and more as he keeps on winning And he does it with class. If he could only speak English, that would be amazing. But maybe that's asking too much. We're not going to see this man an underdog for a while. Charles Oliveira is here to stay. And there's so many interesting matchups that we can talk about. But I'll leave that for the phone lines. Let's go to Amanda Nunes and Julianna Peña. Okay. And thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. We're here to have a good time. We're partying. We do this every Monday. We react to all the fights. You know, we just have like having a fun time. Actually, before I go here, let's play some donations. We will be opening phone lines tonight, and we will be getting your opinions on Saturday's fights, the last pay-per-view of the year, but one more. One more this weekend with the dessert of Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley.
Wonderful, wonderful.
For the glove touch, ask DP's coach if he ever teamed up with Dustin to DP his wife. Not classy, but he's never gotten that question.
Help out Glove Touch in the chat. Give him some questions. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
His little pea head.
What did you think about the glove grab?
Okay.
No one is making anything out of it.
Listen, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Listen, all right. I feel like every time there's a Dustin Poirier fight, there's some sort of toes in the cage, glove grab. It just goes to show you how good Dustin Poirier is, right? Where fighters have to do these little things. I don't give a fuck. If you cheat and get away with it, whatever. It's a fight. I don't say, hey, go cheat. Like, I'm not saying go in there and cheat on purpose and get it. Listen, they're in a fucking scrap here. You know? Charles Oliveira got away with one. It did look like that he was holding onto those gloves. It is what it is. You move on. You don't see Dustin Poirier going crazy about it. You know? You don't see him going nuts. He could. He could be going nuts about it because, you know, cheating is cheating. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do? These fighters they're fighting. You know? So I'm not going to go crazy over it. If I'm a Dustin Poirier fan, yes, that's the angle. Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate it. That's nice of you. Just don't tune in on Conor nights because that's when I piss everyone off. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm just a fan that I literally love this sport, and I'm just a fan. That's it. I'm just trying to see things in a different light. I'm trying to look at it, you know, as because I'm not a fighter, so I can't go in there and say, well, if they strung together this type of combination or got this sort of submission in this, leave that to the professionals. I'm just here observing people's actions. I'm here observing, you know, the lead up to fights, how fights play out, what's going on mentally. You know? That's the only thing I can give you. I'm just a fan. And maybe I'm wrong, but at least Conor's doing well back there. Okay. Here we go. You guys hung in there long enough so we can talk about Julianna Peña and Amanda Nunes. I think this is the biggest upset in WMMA ever. I know the first one, you want to go Holly Holm over Ronda Rousey. And the odds were more lopsided in that one too, because everyone was all over Ronda, right? She was the ticket. She was the Mike Tyson, the female Mike Tyson that could beat every man out there, right? That was the whole thing. And I jumped in on it too. I loved Ronda. I really did. I loved the run of Ronda Rousey. It was mesmerizing. It was must-see TV. The whole brute attitude, the whole deal, right? But when Holly Holm came into the UFC, I remember calling all my friends, and this was before the MMA Holes, right before we started this channel. I remember calling my friends and saying, like, I think Holly Holm's the girl. She was signed to come into the UFC to legit get a couple of fights in and beat Ronda. Or be the girl to beat Ronda. I don't know if the UFC really wanted her to do that. But they brought her in. They marketed her as the Ronda killer. Now, she had a couple of fights. Was it Pennington was one of them? I think it was 2 fights she had before she even fought for a title, whatever. And she didn't look really fantastic in those fights, but still got the job done to get a title shot, gets the dramatic finish over Ronda, and everyone goes crazy. The casuals went nuts. A lot of people didn't even know who Holly was, but the MMA fans knew that there was buzz about Holly Holm, a legit striker, can come up there and be a problem for Ronda. So to me, yes, it's a big upset. You upset a huge star, yada, yada, yada. Julianna Peña beat a girl in Amanda Nunes who was destroyed Cyborg. Chris Cyborg in the first, ran through Cyborg. Beat Shevchenko twice. I know there's some controversy, but still beat her twice. Ronda Rousey. I mean, she legit beat every one of the greatest girls out there. WMMA was in the UFC already. The UFC had a chance to put some girls, legitimate athletes in there, and Amanda Nunes ran through them all. When Ronda Rousey came in, there was really not many girls in there. They were just kind of throwing chicks at her, saying whatever. She beat Miesha Tate, Durandamy, Holly Holm. I mean, the list goes on and on. This is not the Ronda Rousey resume. Amanda Nunes beat legit female athletes. Julianna Peña comes in. 11-4-0, Julianna Peña comes in. And before this fight, she was like win-loss, win-loss. Now, the notable one's Kat Zingano. We all know the reasoning why people bring that one up. Okay? When Julianna Peña came into the UFC, or came into the Ultimate Fighter, I remember telling people, hey, she's the real deal. She's going to do it. She's going to do it. And then when Shevchenko crushed her, I was like, yeah, forget it. I literally leaped off that flaming ship. I was gone. I was a complete Fairweather fan. And I am sorry. I'm so sorry, Julianna Peña. I am so sorry. But I did. I leaped off of it. She had a baby, the whole deal. She beat Nico Montano. I mean, come on. Lost to Jermaine Durandamy. Sarah McMahon gets the win. And off that one win, they give her a title shot. Why did they give her a title shot? One, I mean, running out of girls to throw at Amanda Nunes. And two, she slid into Dana's DMs and blew him the fuck up. Said, I'm going to beat this girl. I'm going to beat this girl. I'm going to beat this girl. So Dana's like, all right, you know what? Put your money where your mouth is. We're going to make the fight happen. Comes in fantastic shape. And literally runs her over and submits her. This is the biggest female upset of all time in the UFC. If you look at what was at stake and who got beat, this to me is the biggest one. And I have to be honest, it's fresh. I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind Julianna Peña as the 135-pound champion. In fact, I think the rematch is going to be inevitable. But I want to see the next fight Shevchenko move up and we get that rematch. Because now you have the chance of Shevchenko being a double champ. Or you have the chance of Julianna Peña getting the redemption fight. That is the fucking fight to make. It is not even a question in my mind. The bullet is on fire right now. You contact her and you say, hey, you beat this girl. Let's push Amanda Nunes aside for a second here. You're already the 145-pound champ of a division that doesn't even exist. But you're still a champ. Give it to the bullet. The bullet wins. Then you have the possibility of a third fight with Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko at the 135. I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things you can do if Julianna Peña goes that route and fights the bullet. Amanda Nunes now. If she were to win this fight, Kayla Harrison was front row at the event. The UFC was all ready to have Amanda Nunes run over Amanda Nunes run over Julianna Peña and trot out or just put the camera straight on Kayla Harrison, who was front row, and say, here we go. Even Dana White at the press conference was saying that was like potentially the biggest female fight of all time, the biggest fight, whatever. That was the plan. Poor Kayla Harrison. Because now the UFC is like that Hotline Bling, was it the Drake thing? Go to PFL. The UFC has no use for Kayla Harrison at all. Because let's be serious, 145 doesn't exist. It's not even a division. So you bring Kayla Harrison in. Who the hell she's fighting? Is she going to fight Amanda Nunes? Is it the same? Is it really, I mean, does it really work anymore? The GOAT got taken out. Yes, she's still the 145-pound champ, but it kind of doesn't work. So Julianna Peña comes in there and spoils the whole damn party. It's so crazy to watch. And yes, we picked Amanda Nunes like many people did, and a lot of people slipped into the DMs. I told you, I told you, I told you. So many people knew this. I hope you all bet on it. I see in the chat someone says Amanda quit. Now let's talk about that. Something that's a little controversial. Before I get into this, okay, I'm going to say something. I don't know if Will Harris is still here, but I'm going to say this. We have been saying this since Saturday night, and I don't want to make excuses for Amanda Nunes, but it's something that does need to be addressed. Julianna Peña, to me, had a fantastic performance, well-deserved champ, and in fact, I think I'd rather see her at 135. If they could put some girls at 145 to fight Amanda Nunes, so be it. Let that happen. And if Amanda could fight 135 again, have the rematch, whatever. But Julianna Peña, I do like better as a champ. I do want to see Shevchenko fight her. In other situations, I would like to see. What about Miesha Tate? Miesha Tate's got to be kicking herself in the ass. She was like, oh, yes. Just cheering her on in the crowd. Meanwhile, in the back of her head, she's like, that could have fucking been me. Miesha Tate could have fought this version of Amanda Nunes. Now, by me saying this version of Amanda Nunes, I'm going to call it the COVID Nunes. Because what happened there? Was it, and I'm not trying to make excuses, I'm trying to understand. Because you have a girl that's so dominating, right? In Amanda Nunes, who's been literally blasting through women. And Duran, to me, even if she didn't blast through him, she held him down to the ground and just fucking imposed her will. You have a girl in Amanda Nunes going into the second round who is putting damage on the face of Peña, but Peña's just walking through like the Terminator, constantly bringing it to her. And Amanda Nunes' gas tank is just dropping. A girl that supposedly had COVID 2 times. Now me, Jesse, my whole family had it. Me and Jesse especially. Jesse has it worse than me where she's experiencing stuff. I'm experiencing stuff with COVID. The after, I don't know what the, I don't know, I'm too fucking shot in the head. But the side effects, you know, there's prolonged side effects that go on that I'm like, what's going on here? I'll go to the gym. I have shortness of breath. I'll be walking. I have shortness of, like, just weird shit going on that I never had before. A decrease in power. Could be age, too. But I mean, still, Jesse's having this. Jesse's going to doctors and she's like losing her smell again and shit. And she doesn't even have COVID. Like, just weird shit happening. Every person and human being is different. And I'm scratching my head here. Maybe Amanda Nunes is having some problems with COVID. It's possible. It's a very possible thing. Maybe, I mean, Khamzat Chimaev had it and then looked great against Lee. You know, some people could bounce back, although Khamzat Chimaev was coughing up blood and that was his situation. But perhaps Amanda Nunes, from getting sick, it might have been the perfect storm. Going down to 135, you know, trying to shake off the cobwebs of the COVID. Julianna Peña might have just been in right place, right time. Regardless of the fact, it's not to take away what Julianna Peña did. She beat the GOAT. It is what it is. What I'm trying to do is figure out, okay, why? Why? You mean to tell me a girl that ran through Chris Cyborg, punches from Amanda Nunes, hitting that stone face of Cyborg, stone, and dropping her and putting her away, can't do that to Julianna Peña? Who's a tough girl, don't get me wrong, and it did close one eye. But why? Or it could have also been maybe she's getting older and dropping down to 135. She looked great. She looked like she was in great shape, but maybe 135's in the past. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's dropping that weight to 135, the recuperation, trying to recover from COVID, the whole deal. Maybe that's the situation. But regardless, I don't think at 135 we'll ever see the same Amanda Nunes. Now, maybe she goes back up to 145. She looks great again. I don't know. But at 135, I don't think we're ever going to see the same one. And it makes things interesting here. Say Peña fights Shevchenko at 135. Shevchenko becomes the double champ. Amanda Nunes swoops back in, tries to get her belt back, goes to Trilogy, and then Shevchenko takes out Nunes at 135. You know, like there's so many crazy things that can happen here. I don't know what Nunes has left in the tank. She's a mom / dad, whatever you want to call her. She's 33 years of age, not getting any younger. But it makes me more interested to see, if she does come back, what kind of Nunes are we going to see? Is she going to be a super lopsided favorite ever again? A lot of things to talk about here. Lots of things to talk about. Let me jump into the chat and see what you guys have to say. Actually, I got a donation here. Let's play this.
Ah, super chat.
Cyborg needs to come back.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. I was laughing at something from the chat. So, becoming a new dad is a father's draining. Cyborg needs to come back. Thank you, Eric Melton. I wish that Cyborg was still in the UFC. God, I wish it. I wish it so much. Because back, even after Cyborg lost, and she had a bad relationship with the UFC, like Dana White was thrilled to get rid of her. Apparently, she was a headache. I don't know. But they literally made 145 for Cyborg, and it's a shame that all fell apart. And happy for her doing whatever she's doing in Bellator. But I really wanted to see that rematch. And now, in hindsight, I mean, I think Cyborg wins that rematch with Amanda Nunes. I really do. If that were to happen. But yeah, imagine Cyborg was still sitting in the UFC, and you know, things would be very interesting. And you would have more reasons to keep Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison, by the way, I don't think she's going to go to Bellator now, because why go to Bellator and risk fighting Cyborg? You know, maybe she does beat Cyborg. I don't think she does, but maybe she does. And then, like, is she going to be getting as much as she would in PFL? The UFC ship seems to have sailed. Poor Kayla Harrison got fucked out of this whole mess. But the UFC, the train goes on. Let's see what the chat has to say about Amanda Nunes. McGregor versus Masvidal, BMF2. Nunes didn't look like her old self. No, she didn't. UFC website still thinks Amanda's champ. Yeah, they can't let it go. More money in Bellator? I don't think so, no. I think she would make more in PFL. Honestly, I do. Kayla beats everyone. It's not like Bellator. I mean, Bellator couldn't afford Kevin Lee anymore. They got too many people on the roster. I think Nunes' ego got her. Nunes' ego got to her. To be honest, thought she could KO her. I don't. It's not impossible. Okay, it's to like look past an opponent. I don't think it's impossible. But I think she's a professional. I think Amanda Nunes took it pretty serious. But maybe she was looking past Peña and saw Kayla Harrison in the front row, teammate, the whole deal. Let's get a big, crazy money fight. Maybe she was. But I don't know if that's quite it. I went to high school with Peña. Very nice. She got sponsor money in Bellator that she don't get in UFC. Yeah, I still think she makes a gazillion dollars more in UFC. I mean, you got to remember, even if Bellator, so say if Bellator was comparable with the pay, right? Which I don't think they are with the purses and everything. I don't think it would really add up. But even with the sponsor money, the star power you get, like Michael Chandler in the UFC, what do you think he's doing now versus what he was doing in Bellator? I think it's apples and oranges, to be honest. So I think Bellator's doing a great thing. I want them to succeed, but I mean, you know, and now PFL, you're winning that. Bellator pays way more, man. PFL, you're every year you're a guaranteed millie. That millie's coming in no matter what, on top of what she's making with her other purses and sponsors and whatever endorsements. So PFL, she's got it's like easy money coming in, and they're just feeding her these girls that she could beat. I say stay in PFL. Like what do you do now? Like stay there, just make a boatload of money. She's popular, you know. But yeah, I think PFL is the route. I really do. Would I like to see her fight Cyborg? Of course. All right, I've rambled enough. Keep your comments going in the chat. Now we're going to open up some phone lines because I really want to talk to the people. This is the time for you to shine, the people. So I'm going to play a quick break. I do want to say another shout out to my sponsors over here. Head Rush. Shout out to Fukin Head Rush. Could you believe it? As an MMA fan, to have Head Rush as a sponsor, I tell you what, I still can't. I wake up every day saying, holy shit, I can't believe it. Head Rush believes in us. We believe in them. I love their stuff over there. The holidays are like, I mean, we're like a week and a half or what? Like it's right here. Christmas is here. Still can get those gifts in. The baddest, sickest, and sexiest swag around, Head Rush. You can get something for the family, yourself, your husband, your wife. They got everything you need at Head Rush. Down below in the description, we got some links. Use our promo code MMAHOLES for 20% off. 20% off the Head Rush gear. Promo code MMAHOLES. Very nice stuff over there, seriously. And one thing I got to say, hold on a second. The Head Rush stuff that we got, I've been wearing it over and over again. It has not faded at all. So premium stuff. Go check it out. Link in the description down below. MysticRootsCBD.com for CBD needs. That'd be an interesting Christmas present, right? If people have anxiety or whatever, give this a shot. I like the Lifted Lotus drops. So MysticRootsCBD.com, 20% off, promo code MMAHOLES. Shout out to MysticRootsCBD.com. We got my bookie. Check this out over here where we're replacing all our bets on the UFC and other sports too. You got football, the Super Bowl, the whole deal. Hockey, basketball. MyBookie.ag. We have a link in the description. Use promo code MMAHOLES and you get 100% match in your first deposit. I'm going to be betting on Tyron Woodley this weekend. Just a fun bet. I'm not saying, hey, guaranteed lock. I'm just having a fun bet on Tyron Woodley, and we'll be betting on the other stuff. And I also, on top of this, and then this is promo code MMAHOLES, MyBookie.ag. So for our sports betting, we're going to do that. But I'm also going to be trading on Polymarket, and we have the same promo code for that, so 100% match at Polymarket. Let me get this correct for you guys. It's 100% reimbursed on your first day of trading of Polymarket with the promo code MMAHOLES. A different way to spread your money around and make some money. So go check it out. You could do politics. You could do sports. Like all the big things, the event, like crazy stuff over here. Let's see. Like what will the floor price of CryptoPunks be on December? Like weird shit like that. The FDA you could bet on. So Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, you'll have something on there. And what's cool is if you're trading on Polymarket, as the event is going on, you can pull your money out. Like you can trade, and it's kind of wild, man. You can watch the bar go up and down. So Polymarket's got a cool thing. MyBookie's got a good, cool thing. It's promo code MMAHOLES. Check the link in the description. All right, before we come back, we're going to play a little jingle, our phone line song, and then we're going to open up the phone. Okay, we're back. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Okay. I don't know. That was crazy, man. We got infected. I'm going to put refresh in the chat. Okay. All right. Here we go. That was wild, man. Woo. Hey, Ariel, you still yapping back there? You okay, buddy? Everything all right, Ariel? Okay, you're good. Ariel's still there. Okay, Ariel's still here. The Christmas tree is still up. A big thanks to everyone that donated. Appreciate that. You can keep donating if you want to support the stream. Merry Christmas. We're going to play a song, and we'll be right back after this quick break. With Jesse, too. My name is Mystic. What's your name, and how can I help you?
This is Lone Wolf, a.k.a. Allheart, a.k.a. Lone Wolf, a.k.a. Silver Carl.
How's it going, Silver Carl?
Wonderful.
Yeah, my name's Casper, and I'm a ghost.
Sean, how are you tonight?
Nice. Which one's having?
Yo, drunk, what's up?
Yeah, this is DIAZ. I have a beef problem.
Okay, well, this is a real gamer.
Red, your voice sounds a lot faggier on the phone.
Hey, it's MJ, the artist formerly known as Kevin. How you doing?
Hey, my name's Dan. I got a question.
Yo, Sanosi.
What's up, Sanosi?
What's up, you guys? It's Justin Jr.
Hey, guys, it's Kevin from Denver. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Hello, Mustafa.
832, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? It's Pulse.
What's up, Pulse?
Hey, Pulse.
Clock. Hey, it's good luck.
Alexander.
What am I, chopped liver?
We're celebrating.
Ole.
Yeah, baby.
647, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Michael Ansimo from Boston.
No way! Michael Anzalone, you just gave me butterflies when I heard your voice.
Michael, welcome to the show.
Huh?
It's the knitter.
Hello, guys. How you doing? Hi, Jesse.
Hit the like button, you folks. This is the double champ. Yeah, I want to talk to you. You know I'm not big on talking about fighting that much, but...
Hey, this is Jeremiah.
Hey, it's Kevin from Chicago.
Nothing. Gotta talk about these fights real quick.
Michael.
Jesus Christ. I'm over here trying to stay awake and shit. Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was doing it for you, huh?
Like, no one cares, Justin. Who the fuck you talking about? Brooklyn Dodgers? Who the fuck them? I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah, he thought the Brooklyn Dodgers should be the ring girl of the year. All right,
That horse,
Okay, Chrome, thank you, man.
Wait, he has stuff to talk about. He's making fun of Dustin for don't hang up on him.
Anything else?
Stay white.
Okay, friends. 516-522-0267 is the number. You heard the person, one of the people that called in, the immortal Michael Anzalone. I just want to talk about Mikey real quick. Here's the phone lines. We'll open that in a sec. So Michael Anzalone was a member of the show. I see him popping up in the chat over here. Actually, Uncle Mike H dropping him in there. I see that. Michael Anzalone was a staple of the community. One of the sweetest guys in the world. We could not say. I mean, there's so many good things you can say about the guy. Not one bad thing you can say about Michael Anzalone. One of the greatest of the greats. He passed 2 years ago today. Today is the anniversary of his passing. So there is the Michael Anzalones in the chat. So what I want to do now, we sent Michael's mother something from the community. You know, just a little something. Every year we like to send something to Dottie Anzalone, one of the greats. And, you know, we still keep in touch. And, you know, Mikey he's always going to be missed and always remembered for all the great things he's contributed to this community. So if you could do me a favor, if you can drop in the chat the Mikey emojis, I'm just going to take a quick second to have a moment of celebration for Michael Anzalone. Just say, we love you, Mikey. Even if you never met the guy, let's just throw some nice comments in the chat. We love you, Mikey, in the chat. Right now, here's his moment to shine. Look at you guys. Beautiful people over there. Thank you very much for the nice comments. Appreciate that. And yes, we miss Michael Anzalone very much. And his legacy lives on with the MMA-Holes. It's crazy, man. We brought this up not too long ago. How Mikey was buried in an MMA-Holes shirt. It was like nuts, man, when we heard that. That's how much he loved this community. So the fact that the man was buried in the MMA-Holes shirt is just like, wow. To start up a show and then one of the community members like you grow so fond of, and then they, you know, the family, I just can't even wrap my head around that. All right, here we go. Let's open up the phone lines, 516-522-0267. Let's talk about the fights, 269. I want to hear everyone in the chat. I want you to call me up and talk to me, drill into my head your opinions on what went down, matchups for the future. This is your time to shine. It was the last pay-per-view of the year. This might be the last phone calls of the year. I mean, actually, we'll do one more next week. But let's get them in. The year's winding down here. So I'm going to open it up, Google, at 516-522-0267. All right, we are live with the phone calls. Get your comments in the live chat. Feel free to donate away if you want to keep donating and supporting the show. We will gladly accept those, and we'll accept the likes. Appreciate that. Okay, as we wait on the calls, let's see what's going on in the live chat here. I gave you my opinions on the Amanda Nunes, the incredible upset win by Julianna Peña. I gave you my opinions on Dustin Poirier taking the loss to the champ, Charles Oliveira. I told you who I'd like to see. Actually, Charles Oliveira, we didn't really get much into matchups next for Charles. So in the phone lines, I'd like to hear who you'd like to see next. You don't want to rush Makhachev too fast, but you got to think Makhachev versus Oliveira does give you that Tony versus Khabib feel. It's just like the Dollar Tree Tony versus Khabib fight that we've all been hungry for so many years. So, yeah. You guys know Michael Corleone. Yeah, he's a good friend of ours.
Call from
Dr. C.
Hello, Manuel. Welcome to the show.
How you going? How you doing? I'm wonderful, wonderful. This is Dr. C.
Hey, Dr. C. We're wonderful, wonderful. What's on your mind?
No, just the upset of what is it, Amanda Nunes. Y'all's reaction was the best ever.
Yeah, we'll play it after this call. But yeah, it was funny because Jessie especially, I can't wait until she gets back in here. She was talking so much shit the first round, like so confident about Amanda Nunes, and to slowly see, I think Jessie's definitely the one to watch, as you could slowly see the motions change and go in the other direction. I mean, that was wild. And my voice, I was like in puberty at the time. I couldn't believe it, man.
Yeah, your voice sounded like mine there for a second. I thought it was me commentating.
Let's do my Matty C. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it makes you so excited to watch this sport when you see upsets like that.
And then you guys froze, like you guys stood still for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Not saying a thing.
Yeah, someone timestamped that. We should actually clip that too. It was just, yeah, because.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know why we froze, right?
Because you were in such shock. You thought the Matrix, there was a chink in the Matrix.
That was something, but I don't know if you remember, when Julianna Peña won, there was like no celebration. There was just like, it felt like, was the round over? Like, did she really tap? Like, it had this weird feeling, like Julianna Peña was just stone-faced. Take off my gloves. No big deal. So we're sitting there watching this like, did Amanda Nunes just lose? Like, did we just yell and scream? Are we going into another round? Like, we didn't know what to think.
Well, I think even Julianna wasn't sure whether she won because, she sunk in she wasn't even sinking in the choke yet, much less putting in the hooks. So, Amanda completely quit. The first round went like I think most of us thought it would. And how we thought the fight was going to go. And then Amanda just completely quit.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't even try to defend the choke, As bad as you feel or whatever. And, I mean, I don't know about you, but what I was thinking was, man, there's something outside of the ring that she either didn't train, she was really hurt during this training camp, because she was completely off, And I think no one was more hurt than, Harrison?
Yeah.
That PFL chick outside, just seeing her millions of dollars just go down the drain.
Yeah, she's like, you gotta be kidding me. like it's not like she wasn't. She wasn't rooting for her teammate. She was like, "Win, bitch! I want to fight you and get paid." Like that's what Kayla Harrison's a competitor.
Yeah, because there was, of course, rumors of people saying that the fight was fixed. Of course, how everything's fixed.
Yeah, those people are called assholes because the UFC, the last thing they really wanted was Peña to win that fight, Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, the Harrison fight was going to be huge. You were going to bring in, I mean, it was set up, there was millions of dollars lost with that loss of Amanda Nunes.
That's why I love watching Dana after you see the post-fight press conference where he brought it up. Like, you can just hear the disappointment in his voice. Like, he's so transparent with his feelings.
Yeah, he was talking about whether, maybe she has too much money. Maybe she doesn't care anymore. I think, like I said, I think you could tell that, I mean, that's not a warrior fighting, right? Can you really be it's kind of like LeBron James, right? Where he quits in the finals, right? Once he's matched up against, And this is what happened with Nunes. She was put to the fire, so to speak, and she just broke.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? Like, and people get so upset. Like, someone that's supposed to win loses, and then all of us just start coming up with excuses for it. But how could you not wonder what was the reason? Like, yeah, one of the reasons clearly was Julianna Peña was game. She had the right game plan, which was come forward and just break her. And that's what she did. She showed her toughness. She showed that she could stand and trade with the craziest female fighter of all time, and then choke her out, break her. I mean, so you got to give credit to Julianna Peña, but you do wonder, was that the same Amanda Nunes we've seen before?
No, because, shout out to Julianna. She did exactly what she was doing, but she was beating the quote-unquote GOAT with a jab, and Amanda kept on running into it,
Yeah.
Typically a high-level skilled striker, once they, it's not like the timing was changing the timing of the jab. It was literally the same combo, and she was lunging forward with the jab, so it's incredibly slow. Yet it was just bopping her right in the, in the face.
Well, it was wild. Like when she fought Cyborg, when Amanda was connecting, it was like beautiful combinations, and they were just both just fucking caution to the wind. They were just going crazy on each other, just slugging each other out. But Amanda looked so precise with her striking, and Cyborg looked wild, and her punches were just breaking down Cris Cyborg. To see that happen, and then see a similar type thing happen, but Julianna Peña was getting the better. Actually, Amanda was landing. What was crazy to me is how tough Julianna Peña was, or was it the perfect storm? This was at 135. Maybe the power doesn't really translate as it does at 145. Was it the COVID situation? There's so many things to take into play here. Or is Julianna Peña just that damn tough?
I think it's all true, yeah. I think Julianna is that damn tough.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but she's not. I don't see her as championship material, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when Bisping won the title over Rockhold.
It feels like that, yeah, because she was win-loss, win-loss. But how about this? Julianna Peña defeats Nunes in the rematch, and then say what's her face, Shevchenko comes up, and then they have that rematch. Shevchenko tries to become a double champ, and then Peña beats her with the redemption fight. Now all of a sudden, Julianna is the fucking champ killer. Within a couple of fights, everyone will forget about her win-loss record and say, "Oh my God, she's the real deal."
She may be considered the greatest of all time if she has a win over Nunes and then a win over Valentina. But I think Valentina's going to kill her.
I mean, yeah, I would say Valentina can go up and fuck her up. and I honestly think Nunes, I think she can come back in there and beat her. I really do. But I'm curious, is Nunes' days at 135, maybe those are going away with her, getting a little bit older. She's a mom. I don't know. I don't know what the COVID situation is, but maybe 145 is a better weight class for her. Who knows what it is? But I still think that Nunes could come back and beat her. I don't think you can pull it. I think you could still keep her in the equation.
Yeah, I definitely am curious to see what she looks like, in the rematch or when she comes back. But, we'll see. Fighters, when they lose, are never the same. Mm-hmm. It seems like, right? Especially if they get KO'd. Not that there was a KO in the start, but no one recovers from a very, very bad loss. It seems like with what is it? Nunes showed. Mm-hmm. She looked broken. Yeah. So I'm super curious to see what she looks like in the rematch. In the rematch, I think she'd be the favorite. I think, if she's a glimpse of what she once was, she should be able to beat Julianna handily.
So you're saying Nunes is the favorite in the rematch?
Yeah, I would put my money on Nunes in the rematch, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was she may have been unmotivated or something was going on in her life because she looked like a shadow of Amanda Nunes.
Mm-hmm. And and I see in the chat, some people are bringing up Sarah versus GSP with the greatest upset of all time. I mean, listen, Sarah GSP is still the greatest upset of all time. But when you talk,
for sure,
yeah, when you talk women's MMA, though, I think you can make it. I made my case already about this being the one. But, I mean, you could throw this up there as the greatest upset of all time when it comes to women's MMA, which is a huge accomplishment.
For women's, totally. But, you know, when Matt Serra knocked out GSP, I rewatched that about 7 times. I rewinded it and pressed play to make sure it actually happened. I could not believe what I was seeing. That's how big of an upset that was at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you can definitely say that takes precedence.
It's this short, stubby guy who didn't look that good on The Ultimate Fighter, knocking out the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, GSP.
I see Corey Farmer says this can be the greatest upset of all. Well, come on. It's recency bias. It really is. Now, I could say, you know, like I had to really think about the Holly Holm Ronda Rousey fight, and I came up with my argument why this one is over the Holly one. But when you're talking GSP, I mean, go watch that back, bro. I mean, come on. That was wild, man. That was a wild one. Yeah, and just looking at them physically. You know, like, I mean, it just was not supposed to happen. Do you think the same? So you're saying the same outcome, though, right? Amanda Nunes loses this one, comes back, redeems herself. That's what you're saying?
I would hope so. Yeah, I mean, that's what most likely would happen unless she really is done with the sport. If she comes back and looks the same, she needs to retire.
All right, one last question I have for you. Would you rather see Amanda Nunes run it back right away, or would you like to see Shevchenko go up, try to become a double champ, and Peña try to get a redemption fight?
I'd rather see the rematch happen right away. I mean, Amanda's been winning for this long. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt and have the rematch.
Okay, there you go. All right, Manny. Thank you very much.
All right, Mom. Hey. Thanks for the call.
That's Manny C calling in. Jess, I got to ask you. I mean, Jess is back in the picture. What up, Jesse? How you doing?
I got puked on twice.
You got puked on twice?
Like, not a little spit up. Puked on.
Oh.
Twice.
Nice.
So I'm pretty sure she's not feeling well.
Okay. But she's out cold now, so, well, she's got nothing in her system. She sleeps like a baby. So what do you think about this? I brought a lot of shit up, but the Peña winning and has this major upset, and I did propose the idea, me personally, the way Shevchenko is going right now, seeing her go up at 135, try to become a double champ against Julianna Peña, who she defeated by submission, like pretty dominating performance. You have the chance of Peña redeeming herself, defending the belt. You have the chance of Shevchenko going up and being a double champ. That is way more interesting to me than the rematch right yet with Amanda Nunes and Peña. But what would you say?
I don't know. I kind of think the rematch is more interesting simply because I don't think we saw a full-on Nunes in the octagon over the weekend. I know you say give Peña her credit, and I do, and I respect her, and I got to be honest, it was like a huge slap in the face because I was shitting on her, like, right before the fight. I was like, yeah, she's nervous, she's weak, she's gonna get pummeled, blah, blah, blah. And she proved me wrong on every count. So I do give Peña her respect for being able to do what she did, but there's still that part of me that's like, it wasn't Nunes in that cage on Saturday night, and I want to see Nunes in the cage against Peña.
Yeah, as a fan, I would like to see Nunes
so I
redeem.
find that more exciting, actually.
But think about the fights down the road, okay? Shevchenko Nunes, you don't. Shevchenko Nunes 3 is not something I have interest in. Dana White doesn't really have much interest in it.
I mean, what do you really get out of it?
Yes. So the only chance to give Shevchenko a shot at that double champ would be go against Julianna Peña. Now, if Amanda Nunes beats Peña,
right,
there's probably going to be a trilogy. And then the 145 belt, does that get vacated? I mean, it's not really a weight class, so I guess you could still keep her as the champ of that. But, I mean, she's going to keep on fighting at 135 against Julianna Peña. And then that ship, like, it closes the door of Shevchenko being a double champ. Mm-hmm. I would like to see, like, let's go. Like, Shevchenko's hot right now. She's beating everyone. Make her go up. fight Julianna Peña. It's a rematch, so it's got a great backstory to it. And it's just
what
more
are the
juice.
odds that Shevchenko does go up?
And look, think about this.
Peña?
Very good, I think. And if Shevchenko does go up, right, defeat Julianna Peña, now Amanda Nunes, if she were to do a trilogy with Shevchenko, the story's better because she's trying to get her belt back. So it makes more sense to have that trilogy.
Yeah, it's not a bad...
So I'm trying to think like 4 fights down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at that, there's different outcomes that make it interesting. If Amanda Nunes beats Peña, you got a trilogy you're probably going to do. You know? And it's like the 135-pound division.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It isn't interesting. It's exciting in a way. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
All right. Let me know what you think in the chat. Let's get back to the phone lines. I just can't get that thought out of my head. Maybe I'm just shoving my opinion out there, but I just can't stop thinking about that. It makes Shevchenko even more interesting to me. Okay. So 516-522-0267. Give us a call, and let's get your thoughts. We'll jump into the chat.
Peña versus Holmes says Corey Farmer. Aldriel says it's 2021 and you people still think the UFC is made of 100% legit fights. Wake up. Huh?
He's getting his tinfoil hat ready.
Nunes walked forward when she didn't have to do a single thing but just stand there for a sec and let Peña miss. If not, wait for the right times to counter, but not every time after she hit you already. Hans says Peña equals GOAT. Kainoda says Drunk Savage. Orson Welles as Unicron is the all-time best villain. Brody on hold 2 hours now, says Johnny Dean.
We got him back open if you want to call up. 516-522-0267. I didn't start the clock because we're just going to go 3 hours on the show tonight.
Call from
Eric.
Hey, Eric. Welcome to the MMA-Holes. What's on your mind, buddy?
How are you, Moss? I ain't talked to you in a little while, man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I was just thinking, wouldn't it be nice if you could add Kayla Harris and Chris Cyborg into all this mix right here? And Dana White can make some kind of a tournament, like have them fight at a catch weight out of all of them, you know?
Oh, of course. Listen, Cyborg's still my fave. Like, I love Chris Cyborg. I was devastated when Nunes beat her. And then she went to Bellator. It was such a bummer because we waited so long to see her get in the UFC. And then, poof, she's in Bellator. I feel like, it's like a missed opportunity. Even if Cyborg was in the mix, all this gets juicy. Kayla Harrison's could still come over. It's fun, but we don't have that.
You know why Dana White was like that against Cyborg, don't you? It all stems from Tito Ortiz. His hatred for Tito Ortiz, it runs deep. And when she come into UFC, she had him as his manager, so that's who he had to deal with. And I think that has a whole lot to do with the way he treated her. He treated Cyborg awful. I mean, really, he did. She was a champion. He never promoted her or nothing. I thought the way he did her was terrible, you know. And you're on top. You're on a $4 billion company. You're in the driver's seat. You can't make a fight happen like that, you know. And that just because of sometimes Dana White pisses me off, man. He never made Tony and Khabib fight. He never got Fedor to come to the UFC. Just certain things. I like Dana White, but sometimes he really drops the ball.
Well, Cyborg made a critical error right before she got let go, or they didn't re-sign her. She posted a video just throwing Dana White under the bus. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah,
but I remember him in what you call it, making fun of her one time too, and they got caught doing it.
Yeah,
I kind of went back and I remember all that, but he still should have, for the fans. He should have made that Amanda in that Cyborg rematch, and I don't know why he didn't. I don't, because I still think Chris Cyborg is best in the world by far.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see that in the worst way. I was really bummed seeing her leave. Yeah, the rematch would have been great. It really would have. And if Cyborg was still hanging around, like maybe they could have built up that 145-pound division. But yeah, Dana's pride. And there are some things in there that I kind of get why he did it. Because if you have someone that's just a constant annoyance, and you can't make fights because they're holding out or becoming a problem, you're best just moving on from that and just creating fights that you can put together and make money. And I think Cyborg was just becoming.
But you know what? When she was at Strikeforce, they loved her. Scott Coker loves her. Cyborg's she's a pioneer. I mean, she's been around for a while. The only person I think ever had much problem with her is Dana. I'm gonna have to take her side on it. I don't know. Sometimes I like Dana, but I swear I think I don't know. He just didn't. He didn't get behind her at all. He should have made that fight happen right now. If he had that Kayla Harris and Cyborg, all of them in this mix right now, women's fighting would probably be bigger than men's right now. It would be incredible.
Yeah.
It would be incredible if you right there. It would be a lot better. But he's not letting it progress. You know.
Yeah. Well, the good thing that comes out of it, I guess. I mean, I'm a selfish fan. I want everyone in the UFC, but I guess it spreads the talent around, and hopefully other organizations can do something with these stars. Like it's kind of a shame that Cris Cyborg is, she's such a. I feel like she's in like limbo in Bellator. Like I feel like they're just feeding her girls that she can beat, and it doesn't feel fun with her. So I don't know.
It's a shame. It really is. But
yeah.
If we talk about the Julianna and Amanda fight, I thought Amanda just give up. I think when she come out in that second round, she got caught with one of them little jabs or whatever. And she's like, shit, I'm in for a fight. And she just didn't want to do it. I think she just gave up. Sad to see, really.
Yeah.
But I think she did, because that Julia girl, she wasn't going to go out easy. Amanda was in for 5 rounds, and she knew it. And I think she just laid down. She didn't even do nothing against that choke.
It was not her night. That's for sure. She did not look like she wanted to be there. But it is what it is. Now we have to see, is Amanda, is she going to come back? It seems like she is going to come back. She's going to go back to the drawing board. I think there was a lot of things going on. She made mention of it in the post-fight speech. What's good is she didn't make a gazillion, excuses for it. I think she will regroup. She will come back, and she will make some noise. But I'm curious, at 135, are her days numbered?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you about this. What do you do? What does Dustin Poirier? What's he do from here?
Ooh, DP goes right to the red panty night. That's what I'd like to see. Make money, man. Here's the thing. You won the interim strap, so you kind of were a champ. You had that taste of gold. So not quite the champion. I say you would do a couple of novelty, like fight an DIAZ, fight McGregor. Fight. I don't know. Maybe see Colby Covington's trying to drag him up to 170. I don't think that's a good idea. But
it's not going to happen anyways.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't sound like it's smart for Dustin. But yeah, just fight money fights, And if the stars line up and you can fight for another belt, go for it. I don't think he's done though.
No, I don't either. But this opens the door for your boy McGregor, don't it?
Oh, McGregor's coming back. He's gonna sleep all of them.
Oh my God,
this fucking guy. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on with McGregor, but if he does come back into this mix, it's interesting now. It really is interesting. UFC is gonna do whatever they can to try to give him his fights and pave his way back to the title. It's inevitable. I mean, don't give him a title shot on the way back. But, it's going to be fun. I think next year is going to be real fun.
I say give him one. I hope they do give him one because I hate to see him drop a fight or something, Now's the time, just like with KHAMZAT, I hope he goes in and gives him a title shot pretty soon. I hope he don't mishandle that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's going to be a giant too,
Well, could you imagine, now this is like fantasy world. I'm not saying this is going to happen. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. But if he fights Makhachev, he defeats Makhachev, everything would go haywire. Like if he beats Khabib's protege, that would be freaking nuts.
You better have a lot of security there.
Yeah, that would be nuts. Everything would change. The momentum would go in the other direction. The Conor train's back in effect. That would be completely wild if that happens. Or if Makhachev fights Tony Ferguson, that's like the Khabib Tony fight. Walmart version of it, but we still get something.
It wouldn't even make sense at all because Tony's not El Kukui anymore. Tony's like an older, beat down version of himself.
But look who he's losing to. He's losing to really good fighters.
But you're gonna put him up against Makhachev?
County Fair.
What's that?
The Tony needs to be fighting at the county fair now.
It seems like that. Yes, it does. But when we went through his last couple of losses, we started thinking. I mean, at least me. They are really good quality names that he's losing to. I mean, Charles Oliveira, and think about this. He went the distance.
He about killed him for real. He about beat his brains out.
Yeah, but he didn't tap. He did last. So, I mean, that's not a win. Maybe it's a moral victory. But, I mean, he's still tough. Oh, who knows?
I'll never be the same after some of them beatings. I don't know.
Most likely not. Yeah.
But that's what makes sports so great. You just never know.
Yes, that's right.
All right, bud.
All right, thanks.
No more time. Thank you very much.
There he is. I forgot the guy's name. What was his name?
Eric.
There's Eric. Yeah, listen. I'm just having some fantasy time here. I think Tony's done, but I can creatively make an argument how he can come back.
Call from
Pulse.
Hey, Pulse, welcome to the MMA-Holes Live.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. What's going on?
Not too much. Just wanted to talk about 269.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to start with Cody Garbrandt.
Yes.
So, well, first I want to ask you, who do you think fell off worse, him or Tyron Woodley?
What was it?
Who do you think fell off worse, Jess? Cody Garbrandt or Tyron Woodley?
Woodley for sure.
Really?
Because at least Cody Garbrandt's trying to keep some sort of respect on his name.
Is he?
And Woodley fell off, started a rapping career, and then I guess that didn't really pan out the way he wanted it to, and then he became a movie star, and now he's fighting Jake Paul for a second time at Triller and boxing. I mean, at least Cody's like trying to maintain his MMA career and holding on by a little thread, you know, like he's trying to hold on to that whatever dignity he has left as an MMA fighter. So Woodley.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't have an answer for you. I'm so like I don't know what to think about Cody Garbrandt anymore. I just don't. I just want to see him fight O'Malley or something.
He has no chin, Moss. We've been through this.
That's such a like the no chin conversation.
But was I not right on Saturday night about Cody Garbrandt?
Yeah, he got knocked out. He did. But I don't know. Like I feel like there's levels to no chin. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're disrespecting the winner. You know?
How many times has Cody Garbrandt gotten knocked out?
Oh, my God. He got knocked out 3 times.
Pedro Munoz, TJ Dillashaw.
Okay.
And then Saturday night.
2 steroid people. 2 people, 2 cheaters.
First
and
of all, Pedro
a little killer.
Munoz was not on steroids when he fought Cody Garbrandt.
Doesn't matter. He was still a cheater.
That makes all the difference.
And he was a lot better then. Look at him now, Pedro Munoz. Not too good anymore. Anyway, I'm trying to help out Cody. Listen, I don't even like the guy, but I feel like I have to. I feel like the guy's just getting kicked. Like I feel like he's about to get curb stomped, and I'm like, I don't like the guy, but I just have to fucking defend him in some way. I don't know why I'm defending Cody. I have no idea. I just feel bad for the guy. Maybe because we both have big heads. Maybe that's what it is. All right, Pulse. What else?
Well, no, you're onto something right there. I think. Can you do a Google image search real quick?
Yes. What?
Okay. Just type in Littlefoot from the Land Before Time.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'll put Littlefoot. Oh my God. I think I've referenced this, but okay, let me put Littlefoot. Okay. Let me guess. Hold on. Before you say
problem. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No.
Okay, Littlefoot. Okay.
No, there.
Yeah, hold on a second. Actually, by the way, great movie. When I was a kid, I used to love this movie. Haven't seen it in years though. I don't know if it holds up. But okay,
This came out when you were a kid?
Yeah. It's an old movie.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm a dinosaur like this movie.
No, I didn't know that. I thought it came out when I was a kid.
Land Before Time?
Yeah.
No.
I used to watch this when I was a kid.
Okay. What? Okay.
Okay, so this I guess it's like a brontosaurus, but you see his neckline, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you were to do an image search of Cody Garbrandt, you'll see he has the same thing going on. He has this long ass neck, and what it does is it makes him vulnerable to the knockout.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my thing. If you want to do it like a comparison, maybe later y'all can do some compare and contrast.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the thing, and it's like I gotta say, I would have to say he's fallen off way worse than Woodley. At least Woodley lost, like I said before, to the 4 best welters in the company. This guy's getting knocked out in a division below, so it's like, I mean, this first round knockout, man. He was like, what'd you say? He was dropped 3 times in the first round.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 times. He just kept getting dropped. It was, it was nuts, man. There's his neck. I have his neck here. This is actually a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about.
So you're saying his head's too far removed from his body, so it's easy to knock him out, right?
it's kind of like, you know, Stephen Struve. I've said it for years. Being 7 foot really did him no favors in the UFC.
Yeah. I'm gonna put
his head was like up on it was like putting a saucer on a stick, you know what I'm saying, and trying to balance it. And it was like multiple times you would see Struve get knocked out with the same punch from Nelson and Mark Hunt, and it was just overhands. He was just susceptible to it. And same thing with what was the guy's name? James Vick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got that thing going on where it's like, yeah, it does him no favors. I mean, he can't help it. There's nothing he can do about it. But yeah, that's my theory on Garbrandt.
I'm shitting the bed on the side by side, but no, I get what you're saying. It's
somebody can, yeah. But okay, and so then I wanted to talk about Nunes versus Peña. Okay, I gotta say, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a tinfoil guy. I don't believe in, I believe our earth is round, not a surface. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those weirdos like that, right? But, geez, that fight was like, I mean, come on. Like, she was playing with her food at first. At one point, she smiled at the camera in the first round. She could have taken Peña out at any time she wanted to. And she did not get tired. This is the same Nunes. Didn't she go 5 rounds with Shevchenko?
Yeah. She went the distance with Shevchenko, Durandamy. I mean, she's been in there for the long haul. People are like, oh, she's never had a gas tank. I'm like, what? Like, she's been there. Like, she's been in tough situations.
Manny C brought it up. The punches that Peña was throwing, the jab, she was throwing them short, and it was like Nunes was walking right into him.
Mm-hmm.
It was the weirdest thing, and then that choke, that was a joke, man. That was, I don't know. It's just, it was just weird, man. It was a weird series of events. I know it wasn't. I'm not saying Peña was in on it. I saw her eye had a mouse on it. It wasn't fake on her end, but I just, Nunes grew up in Bahia, Brazil. She's a tough raw. She doesn't gas out like that, and she doesn't get affected from. She could. It was just a weird fight, man.
Yeah, it was. People don't want to hear excuses. You want to, congratulate the champ for the win, but when you have someone that was so dominant like Amanda Nunes fight like she did, maybe it was just an off night. Maybe it was the other excuses we were talking about. It's possible. You have to address it, though, right? I mean, you can't just say, oh, Julianna Peña kicked her ass. Like, you look at you, like, there are things that make you scratch your head in that fight,
Yeah, I just... I know everybody's due for an off night sometimes, but that was different. It was like she gave it away.
What would you like to see next for Julianna Peña?
I don't know. It's like the rematch makes sense. They released early odds. She was -1,000 favorite before this one. Now she's only -375. Nunes, that is. So they closed the gap a little bit, but I don't care what happens Saturday night. There's just no way she does it again. There's just no way Peña can do it again.
Okay, so you're saying lock Amanda Nunes. Now, do you think there would be a trilogy if Amanda takes the win, or they move on?
I don't know. They're just because what I heard is they offered because they just assumed she was going to beat Julianna, so they offered her the Shevchenko trilogy, and she's like, I'm not interested in that. I've beaten her twice. So now it's like now they got a new contender. So it's just I guess she still has options. The Kayla Harris fight is still an option, and
well, I think Dana White dismissed it. I don't think he has any interest in that trilogy, to be honest, with Shevchenko. He made it pretty clear that he wasn't like a big fan of the third one yet, at least.
I think if they're gonna do a trilogy for Nunes Peña, say Nunes won the belt, it would have to be based on how Peña performed against Nunes in the second fight. Like, if it was close and Nunes took the win and she got her belt back, but Peña put up a hell of a fight, and then they would do a trilogy for sure. Because then it's like, oh, now they're both really good. Let's see who's the best. But if Peña just gets mauled by Nunes in the second fight, UFC's not going to waste their time with a trilogy.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I just wanted to say real quick, Drunk Savage, watch him call in and everybody fall asleep.
Oh, man. Shots fired. All right, Pulse, thanks for the call.
You're welcome. Laters.
All right.
Laters.
Wow. There's some
Hostility.
Yeah, OG's going at it. Hit the like button, friends. At 200 likes, we'll hit the goalie goals. We have 243 people watching. 200 likes, please.
What are you doing?
Call from
Sonosi.
Welcome to the MMA-Holes, Sonosi.
What's up?
How you doing, bud?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Nice. All right, what's on your mind?
Well, first thing I gotta repeat what Dustin said. Destiny does not make any mistakes.
What? Who said Dustin?
Remember that thing I sent you Saturday night right after. Destiny doesn't make any mistakes.
Okay, I do not remember that, but okay. So you're saying Dustin?
He got choked out.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, like I went on and on, you know, in the beginning of the show, or an hour into the show, I should say, about my logic into what happened with Dustin Poirier. I think that, you know, the ghost of Khabib was in the back of his head, and to see it happen again, I mean, I'm not shocked.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker. But yeah, to be honest, I mean, I don't know how people were doubting Oliveira. I put him right away just because his record said a lot. I mean, yes, there are people who have lost. I mean, if you think about it, Nunes, no one thought she was going to be the potential GOAT for women's MMA like 5 years ago. She had her losses just like Oliveira did, and then they got better and they got a streak.
Excuse me, I was drinking some agua as you were talking. But listen, I wasn't paying attention. What were we saying? We're 2 hours in, and I'm already zoning out. Please kindly repeat yourself, because me and Jesse.
All right. I'll make it more fun.
Yes.
The point I'm going to make is no one thought Nunes was going to be the potential GOAT like 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Because she had some losses stacked on her too. Same with Oliveira. There's a lot of fighters that don't have the most impressive records, but then they suddenly get really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Oliveira's a crazy story, right? He wasn't like 10-8, and now he's 10-0 with his last 10 fights. The guy has completely blossomed into this champion at 155. Looks fantastic, hit his stride, and it was a complete slap in the face for this man to be an underdog on Saturday night. I don't know. I mean, I felt like they were giving money away. That was the easiest bet we've ever placed. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was the easiest thing. But you know what? You look at his record and his skills. He's going to be a champ for a long time. But the problem, the biggest issue I'm seeing into it is he does do his calculations like a proper champion. The problem is he's a slow starter, like some people we know, and that costs him almost against these heavy hitters. And all his title fights right now have been heavy hitters. When he goes against Gaethje, you wonder he possibly hits harder than those two.
Yeah.
And he might lose it that way.
It was wild. Oliveira came out in the first round aggressive with the hands and was like bringing it. I was like, holy shit. Charlie Olives is bringing the heat. He's looking to strike with Dustin. And then Dustin started schooling him. Dustin looked great in that first round and then put Oliveira in some bad positions. And then what does Charles do in the second? He immediately blitzes forward for the takedown. He's like, okay, game plan is completely switched. If Oliveira does not say, hey, I can stand and bang with you, and just says, let's get the party to the ground, then it'll be an easier run. But if he tries to stand and trade with Gaethje, his plan is going to be take him out in that first. I guarantee Gaethje's going to be trying to take his head off. So Oliveira better not try to stand and trade with this guy.
Yeah, I think he needs to change his game plan for his upcoming fights. I mean, I get he's trying to study his opponents, figure out if he could beat them in the stand-up. But I'm sorry, what kind of luck do you have having 3 heavy hitters in a row, striking-wise? I mean, if you got someone who's a little like Dariush or so, okay, you can maybe take your chances, or even Islam. But someone like this, no, you got to go for the ground straight up for round 1.
Yeah.
But I also believe he wants them to drain themselves. Like, he believes he can take the beatings and survive that round.
Well, it could be worse. He could be fighting Khabib. He'd take all these strikers. Whoever you got to throw at me, because it could be a lot worse if Khabib was still in the mix.
I'm going to always wonder, unfortunately, now that him and Olives would have been a really great fight.
Yeah, I mean, Charles can rattle off a shit ton of wins. And then the UFC can knock on Khabib's door and say, hey, I know you've been retired for a while, but are you still training? because we can make something happen that could be mega. You know, it's not impossible. It's not quite impossible.
You know.
Yeah, but you know, that's us dreaming.
So there's one more thing I do want to mention. The whole Nunes thing, there is something I do notice that usually happens after a while, and I'm not going to say fix or anything, but you ever notice when you should start getting really dominating champions, I'm not going to say they get complacent, but goddamn, do they not get challenged? When you have champions who barely have a fight or a real challenge, I don't know how they react to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Nunes hasn't had a real challenge in, like, what, 3-4 belts?
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
Garbrandt was the closest one, but then she adapted quickly and used grappling to beat her.
yeah, we're starting to feel like the same thing over and over again with her, with Shevchenko, the same thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, how's she going to win this time? How's she going to win that time? And then Julianna Peña is like, wait, hold on. I got you. And now everything's changed. You know, everything has got flipped upside down. So, I mean, I like the fact that Julianna Peña is the champ now. It makes things more interesting. It's not the same song and dance. I like Amanda Nunes. You know, it was fun watching her, but at the same time, it's refreshing.
Yeah, I think Nunes can honestly, I think she probably is going to retire in the next year or two.
Maybe. Dana White keeps on saying over and over again she's made so much money along the way. He's constantly bringing that up. So if Amanda wants to hang it up, she'd probably be set.
So we really don't have that many up-and-comers when you think of women fighters as, you know, the big ones. Nunes is kind of getting close towards that semi-old school of MMA pioneers, if you think about it.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it. What are you saying? She's like the throwback fighter?
I'm not going to throw back, just the pioneers. I mean, this is kind of, since it took so long for women's MMA to get up there, she's kind of like in the same league when you got like your Chuck Liddells, your Peter Ortiz, and all those kind of people from back then.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's
saying,
the girl.
I'm just saying, you got people like her, Tate. I mean, I know Tate, weird to say that. People like Ronda Rousey, you know, these kind of people that we all think of, most of them are gone or on the way out. I mean, it's really her and Cyborg.
Yeah.
Even Shevchenko left. Once those three leave, you don't have that many people left. I mean, Rose is still pretty young, so I really don't count her for that. She's kind of in the new generation of sorts. Wei Ling is only like, I think, 31, so she still has the mileage left too. But a lot of these other ones, they're getting up there in age.
Yeah. You know what? I'm guilty of not giving the women's MMA much thought. You know, like I kind of forget it until like Nunes fights, until Shevchenko fights, Rose fights. Other than that, just like, okay, you know, that was a cool fight. This was a cool fight, but I kind of don't pay as much mind as I do with the boys. And it's probably not the right thing to do. Jesse could give two fucks about the women fights. But, you know, I'm in hopes that Julianna Peña can make this interesting now. You know, she took the belt from Amanda Nunes. I want to see her hold it. I want to see what she could do with this thing. Because here's what I like about Peña. She looks for the finish. She's not looking to outpoint you. She's not looking to lay on you. She's looking to knock you out or submit you. Or vice versa. That's it. And that's what I want to watch. You know, I want to watch. And Rose Namajunas is another one with that killer instinct as well. You know, I like watching girls like that just look for the kill. So I hope Julianna Peña can hang here. And if she doesn't, and Amanda gets the belt back, we're right back where we were in square one. You know, we got the goat back on the throne.
Yeah. And just thinking of that, I'm going to leave on this note.
I got to say something, Sonny. This might be the weirdest conversation I've ever had with you. I don't know. I feel... Are you off tonight? Are you off tomorrow? What's going on?
Huh?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I feel like...
Maybe it's one of those nights. It's cool, man.
Yeah, it might be me, though. I think maybe I'm 2 hours in, and my brain's cloudy. I have no idea what it is. Maybe it's Ariel's... Maybe it's his little Santa hat in the background. I have no idea what's going on. All right, what's the last point?
Oh, no, the last point is just give O'Malley a top 15 opponent finally, please.
O'Malley a top 15? But would you like to see No Love O'Malley? Have No Love go back up? Feed him to the clown? No?
Yes, feed him to the clown or have the clown get beaten. One way or another, someone's gaining from it.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Thank you, Sonosi. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I was just losing my mind there. For some reason, I just kept zoning out. He probably was making complete sense, but like my brain just stopped working. But Sanosi, one of the best. One of the best out there. Okay. I just closed all my screens.
Nice.
So Sean O'Malley, I said this earlier. I'll say it again. Sean O'Malley versus Cody Garbrandt must happen. Go. I mean, you already got the face-off at the press conference. Chances are Cody's going to lose if he goes back up and fights Sean. But if Cody wins this fight, everyone forgets about No Chin and says, hey, he just stopped the fucking hype train.
Yes.
You know, it's a big thing. Now, Jess, what do you think? We didn't get your thoughts on this.
I don't like the idea of Sean O'Malley and Cody, honestly.
Okay.
I think it's a little silly. Let's be real. Sean O'Malley, now listen, I know I fell off the Sean O'Malley train, and I kind of I had a few choice words for Sean O'Malley, especially after that whole 12 and 1 or whatever the fuck he was doing. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think Cody Garbrandt's on his way out. I said it even earlier. I said he's holding on to his career by a thread, and I respect that. And I respect that he's trying to keep his MMA career going, and you know, he's getting a win here and there.
I'm sorry.
But
good.
I just don't think that Cody Garbrandt is at that position now where fighting someone like Sean O'Malley, even albeit unranked, is still a hyped up fighter. Is still a guy who brings in money, brings in views, and brings the headlines.
So who should Cody fight?
Nobody. Get the fuck out of here.
So that's what I'm saying. Cody's probably going to fight again. You know, you're giving him a chance at redemption. You could be feeding him to a nightmare, which is possible. I mean, at this stage, I thought Cody could beat Sean O'Malley. At this stage of the game, I don't know who the hell Cody beats.
He's not beating Sean O'Malley.
No, but you're giving him one last chance to say, hey, Cody, here's your chance to shut everyone up. You know what I'm saying? Who would you feed him? Yeah, I'll put the rankings up.
So you want to give him a layup?
I'm not keeping him at 125. Get the fuck out of there. Go back up to 135, bro.
All right, so at 135, giving Cody Garbrandt a layup or an opportunity to keep his career going.
Do they pull him?
Give him
So wait, Garbrandt's off. Hold on a second. He's off the bantamweight rankings. Is he completely off here?
I mean, why would he be? Why would he be on the rankings?
Shit, he's not even ranked. And so 125. Is he on 125? Do they throw him there?
No, he's not on 125.
He's nowhere. He's not ranked. He's this is crazy,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing with Cody Garbrandt?
It's like 3 fights. How many fights ago was he? He was just the champ. What happened? This is nuts. I don't think I've ever seen a champ go from champion to just completely unranked mess. This is crazy. This guy was. I just can't wrap my head around this.
Give him a Song Yadong.
I mean, what the fuck are we doing with this guy? So
yeah, don't give him anyone,
Give
man.
him Sean O'Malley. Come on, what are we doing? It's the only thing that makes sense. If he still wants to fight. If he doesn't want to fight, then no. You know, then okay. See you later, Cody. You know, but come. I mean, all right. Let me know your ideas in the chat. We'll get back to the phone lines in a second.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The Joker.
Have you got a time for a Joker call?
Sure.
Maybe not? Lol just joined.
Don't you have to call Joker on Discord?
Certainly, we have a call for the Joker. Well, we're gonna have the phone lines up. If we don't get to you during the phone lines, we can always call you. We have 45 minutes left of the show, so here I'll put time on the clock so you know where we're at. But yeah, 45 minutes left. We got plenty of show left over here. Here we go. All right. Opening the phone lines back up. Thank you, Joker. 516-522-0267. Call on in. There's so many things to talk about in this card. It's crazy. Oh, here we go.
Call from
Bill.
Hey, Bill. How you doing? I saw your buddy, Anatomy of a Fighter, was in the chat. Would you like to say something to him?
No, that's not my buddy. That's Ali Abdelaziz's personal errand boy.
Oh, boy. You know, Will Harris is an established documentary guy. He's a friend of the show. And here you are coming on, shitting on him.
There's UFC shills, and then there's Ali Abdelaziz shills. He goes around and shills for his fighters.
Well, listen,
but anyways,
he's done documentaries with Habib. He's become friends with them. He's not allowed to make friends in the MMA world?
No, he's just a shill. He's a complete biased shill. That's what that's about.
Are you saying that because you have no friends? Is that why? You're a little upset?
No, just because he's biased and he's a shill. That's why.
Okay. All right. fine.
But I can't believe I have to explain this regarding the fight. Most fighters, they want to see their past opponents do well because it reflects positively on them. That's why Khabib was Dustin Poirier's #1 cheerleader. Oh, he's going to win. He deserves it. He's so good. That's why Peter Yan, after every Jose Aldo fight, what does he do? He cheers him, oh, great fight, although you look great. He makes it known that he did such a good job. He's looking so good because he has that win over him. It reflects positively on them. And if you lose some, at least you can say, well, I lost to a beast, man. Yeah, I lost to him, but look at him now. He's got his winning streak. He's a champion. There's no shame losing to that dude. He's a beast. But some people are so stupid and it's so low IQ that they're bragging about Dustin Poirier losing when the dude who he lost to finished you twice. Conor McGregor fans are sitting there bragging about a Dustin Poirier win. The dude just finished you twice, and then he got finished in under 3 rounds. But they're so stupid. The only thing they could think of is, he beat my hero, and I want to see him lose. Meanwhile, it just makes Conor McGregor look that bad. Like, dude, you got finished by this dude twice?
Yeah, but aren't you...
You got choked out in under 3 rounds?
Aren't you a Jan Blachowicz fan? But yeah, but how stupid are you? You're a Jan Blachowicz fan, and as soon as he lost, you head for the hills. Like, you literally crawled under a rock.
No, I tried to call in, but you hung up on me. Remember that?
You tried to
call in, you hung up on me.
You were gone from the chat, and you were filleted like a fish, and you fucking...
You got to change the subject.
Wait, hold on a second. I mean, I got a question for you. How dare you rip on a fan base, whether it's Conor or anybody, when you are public enemy #1? You're guilty of being a shill. You're guilty of being a fair weather fan. You're guilty of heading for the hills.
I called in, and what did I say? I said, if anybody's going to lose, at least you lost a Glover Teixeira, a class act.
Okay.
I called in, I said that. Do you not remember that?
Nope, do not remember that. Must timestamp the clip for me so I can refresh my memory. What else do you have
You
on?
can go ahead and look up the facts. Check the literature. I called in and said that. And you
Okay.
know what else I did?
Yeah.
I called in and I said, when Charles Oliveira had that winning streak and he beat Tony Ferguson, I said he should be fighting for the title. This
Okay.
dude's a beast. He's running through people. And this was after Conor McGregor beat Cowboy Cerrone. People are hyped up. Oh, my gosh, he destroyed him. Look at that. Put him in there against Khabib. He deserves it. I said, hell no. Charles Oliveira should be fighting for the title. And this is what people say. Charles Oliveira? Who the hell? Why do I want Charles Oliveira? And now look at him. You can go back and watch that tape, too. He's a beast. This dude's a beast, and he's proven it time and time again.
Yeah, but you know what? You're like all the other fans that said, hey, I said this, I said that, but you're not producing the
Go
proof.
back and check the tape.
These are
Go
old
back and
stories.
check
They're
the
they're tall tales.
This was you. This was you arguing why. This was you arguing why Conor McGregor should be getting a title shot because he beat a washed-up Cowboy Cerrone.
I don't know. We don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you're just bringing up these stories.
I remember it plain as day. You can go back and watch it. You were arguing.
Send the
hold
clip.
on. You were arguing. All right, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
You were arguing that Conor McGregor should get a title shot off beating Cowboy Cerrone, a washed-up Cowboy Cerrone.
The reason why
said, wait,
Conor got the
you got
title
real
shot is
fighters
because
in
of
there.
money. That's why, right? Money. Not because he deserved it, correct?
Not because he deserved it, as long as we make
Money.
that point clear.
But by the way, he didn't fight for a title. He wasn't fighting for a title. He was fighting Dustin Poirier. What are we talking about?
He never deserved it. He
Are you
never
talking about the
deserved it
Khabib fight?
Because he's got a groupie fan base.
Hold on a second. Now you're not making any sense. So what are you talking about? Conor McGregor, the Khabib fight? That was the title fight.
No, this is what I said. Listen carefully. I said Charles Oliveira should be fighting for the title after he beat Tony Ferguson.
Oh, so you're saying okay. So you're saying Charles Oliveira should have fought Dustin Poirier for the belt instead of Poirier McGregor Red Panty Night, right?
He didn't end up fighting for the belt. This is when they were jockeying for position and people saying who deserves title shot.
Listen to me. Clean your ears out. Let me try to say this again to you. They did not fight for a belt. They fought each other for Red Panty Night. Okay? But you're saying Dustin Poirier should have fought Charles Oliveira for the belt, correct?
No, I'd not say that.
What are you saying?
You want to know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I said after Conor McGregor beat Cowboy Cerrone, a lot of people were saying he should be getting a title fight. said, put him in there with Khabib, let him get his title fight. And I said, hell no. We got real contenders like Charles Oliveira in the mix that need to be fighting for the title, not Conor McGregor, who beat a washed-up Cowboy Cerrone.
And
Kevin,
thankfully, who fought for the belt?
And thankfully, he didn't get the title fight because the UFC.
Kevin, who fought
for
the belt?
Fighting for it? Dustin Poirier.
No, Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler.
No, this was before that.
Dustin Poirier fought for the belt. You're so wrong. You're so wrong with your timeline. Your timeline's completely off. You do realize this, right?
It's irrelevant. You know
what? What do you brought it up? What do you mean? Your timeline. I'm just shitting on your timeline. It's completely off.
It's irrelevant. You're missing the point, man. You're missing the point.
The point is you're wrong.
Oliveira. I'm talking about Charles Oliveira deserving a title fight. I was calling that dude beast from day one.
How are you patting yourself on your back when the timeline's completely off? You're literally saying you're predicting something that never happened.
When he retired, it was a confusing division.
He still fought for the belt.
When did he retire? Yeah. This is the same dude who's trying to cheer on a Conor McGregor title fight because he beat a washed-up Cowboy Cerrone. That's what you said. You're saying give him the title fight.
Kevin,
put him
buddy,
in there with Khabib.
let me massage your back for a second.
Destroy Cowboy Cerrone.
You're drowning. So let me massage your back. Dustin Poirier turned down a title fight with Charles Oliveira to fight Conor McGregor. He did not want to fight Charles Oliveira. He'd rather get paid. Okay? The first person to fight for a belt after Khabib was Charles Oliveira. What the fuck are you talking about?
Thank God it wasn't Conor McGregor because he didn't deserve it.
It wasn't him.
Thank God.
It wasn't him, though, so I don't understand the point. It wasn't him.
Thank God. Thank God it wasn't
Anything
him
else,
because
buddy?
he didn't deserve it.
Anything else? I don't like you. Good.
Yeah, the Conor McGregor fans trying to rub it in Dustin Poirier's face.
Okay, all right. What is he? He's just repeating himself. It's like a fucking broken record that's just like he was wrong in everything. Like he couldn't even get a like.
I thought your guys' conversation was very entertaining.
What is going on? I wanted to hear what he had to say about UFC 269. Yeah. I did. The guy's in love with Conor McGregor, and it didn't even make sense what he was saying.
Call from
Nate.
Hey Nate, welcome to the show.
Hello, what's up, man?
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. What I thought of UFC 269 is I saw Nunes getting past, getting jabs after jabs, but she was eating those punches.
She was. You're correct. She was eating them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Nunes was still coming forward, trying to knock her out. Like, I think she ran out of energy too fast, trying to knock out Peña. But Peña, accidentally, fell on the floor, and she got back up. And she was, trying to take Nunes down on the legs, and she did that. But Nunes was on her, but Peña was holding her hands, and that was good.
Yeah.
And the submission that Peña got Nunes in, it was a good submission.
Sure.
But I don't know. You think Nunes should get a rematch?
Yeah, listen, can we have you call in every time after a fight to break down fights? Would you be down with that? Because I like your analysis.
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you, man?
I'm 19.
Okay, 19 years old. You a little nervous or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I've never been on a show before.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Listen.
Well, that's cool. At least he admits it.
I appreciate it. I could hear the nerves, but I feel that you're a passionate fan. And the way you broke that down was perfectly over there. Now, what was the question? I'm sorry. I was smitten by your analysis.
Yeah, but like this. Peña, she's a good wrestler.
Yes.
And Nunes in the press conference, she was saying, "You're delusional. You're never gonna be a champion," and this and that. And then Peña, she shocked the whole world and showed everybody that they're wrong. That she's not afraid of the lioness.
Mm-hmm.
She's not afraid of Nunes. And she shocked the world. And
yes,
Peña said after the fight, she said, I'm willing to give Nunes a rematch because she put on a fight. And yeah, and I kind of feel like that, but not like I want her to enjoy the time off, her being champion. You know, I'm a fan of.
What was your reaction like when this fight went down and Nunes got choked out? Like, what was going through your mind?
I was literally like, oh my God. Like when it first started, when she fell on the floor and Nunes got on top of her, I was like, oh, I hope this ain't it, man, because I really want to see Peña win the belt. And this girl, she's a great fighter. She's been beating up other fighters before Nunes. And I was like, yes. And I was like, hoping she won the title. And she did. She did win the title. She did.
That's right.
She did lit up my mind. And I was like, oh, my God. And I was literally screaming, like, and crying tears of joy that she won the title. And the super fight I would love to see for Peña is Valentina Shevchenko.
There we go. See, I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with it. What now? What are your parents? Did they hear you screaming and crying and everything like that? What were they doing?
Yeah, my dad, he's a big Nunes fan.
Okay.
And he's saying, "Oh, she's gonna knock out Peña. Nunes a beast, and Peña, she's not on Nunes' level." And I was like, things can change. Tables can turn. You know, like Rose Namajunas with the Jacek fight.
Yeah.
I thought Jacek was gonna demolish Rose, and Rose ended up dropping Jacek on her ass.
That's right.
And like, I was like, dang, like that. There's no doubt in our minds that you can potentially shock the world.
That's right. You're right, buddy. I'm with you. You're firing me up, man. I want to get in the cage and fight, man. You're inspiring me right now. Your relationship with your dad sounds like my relationship. My dad picks everything against me. Like everything. Like when I was a kid growing up, I was a fan of a baseball player named Gary Carter. And my dad called him Pop Out Carter. And I would cry in the stands because all I wanted him to do was hit a home run to shut my dad up. I was like, Dad, you're ruining my moment here. So the fact that Julianna Peña gets the job done and you got to throw it in your face, did you stand up in your dad's face like, suck it?
Yeah, I was literally yelling at my dad, and he was like, shut up, because I betted him on the fight, and he was like, shut up, I feel like I don't want to pay you now. And I said, you lost the bet, Dad. You need to pay your bet.
There you go. Good for you. Stand up to your dad.
Yeah, I have the black and gold uniform, and I put on the black and gold uniform, and I was literally clapping my hands for Peña.
Hell yeah, man! That's what you got to do. You got to stand up for yourself. If you believe in your fighter or your athlete, you got to stick to your guns. You got to, if they lose, you lose. If they win, it's the best thing in the world, right? And Julianna Peña was your girl.
Yeah, and she did an amazing finish with nice choke. And that literally put Nunes away. So, and I feel like the Lioness era is no more. I feel like she should just focus on her featherweight title. Okay. Because I haven't seen no fight like her. Like she's been defending more of the bantamweight title. So I feel like she should go up to 145 to defend her featherweight title.
I like that too. The problem is there's not many girls there to fight.
Yeah, like Nunes beat it. Durandamy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any other featherweights to compete against her.
That's right.
So,
who's your favorite fighter? Is Julianna Peña your favorite fighter?
Yeah, she's my favorite female fighter. And my favorite male fighter is Charles Oliveira.
Wow. Wow. I mean, we're talking, it was a good night for you then, huh? If those are your two favorite fighters?
Yeah.
How long have you been watching UFC?
Since 2016.
Oh, I was gonna thought you were gonna say Friday. Like I thought you were gonna say that. That would have been great. So since 2015, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, you're lying to me right now. I think you're lying. I think you just made that year up, but it's all right. I'm gonna go with it. Okay. Okay. All right. What's your name, man?
And Nate.
Nate, man, what's your thoughts on Joe Biden?
I can't speak on that, man.
Good.
I
Smart
don't
man.
do politics.
Smart man. Hey, Nate, man, it was a pleasure talking to you. All right.
All right, nice talking to you too, man.
All right, that's Nate. 19-year-old Nate.
The chat. You
I like that
guys.
I like him, man. I don't know. It was something. It was so much
Someone
energy.
said, I wouldn't be surprised if I heard an ice cream truck in the background.
He didn't sound 19, right? He sounded like he was like 12. But he was better than Kevin.
Call from
Aiden Nixon.
to accept, press 1.
Something Nixon. Welcome to the MMA-Holes.
Wonderful.
Hey, what's up? I just want to call and get your thought about Sean O'Malley.
Yes.
And what's next for him?
Now we're talking, right? Let's change it up. Let's go to Sean O'Malley. I want Cody No Chin Garbrandt. That's what I want. Bring him back
That's exactly what I.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tell me
Either
what you
him
want.
Or Dominic Cruz even. I think you match him with Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, that's nice. That's sexy. But that's too quick, man. Listen, I know Cody beat Dominic, but this is a different Cody. This is Cody. I don't know what kind of Cody Garbrandt this is right now. So I prefer. But yeah, Dominic would be fun. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, I think Cody cut too much weight there.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. I'm out of excuses. I've ran out of excuses. Maybe I don't know if you heard the caller before, but said that his neck is too long. Do you buy into that?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, they're saying his neck is too long. He's easy to knock out. What do you think?
Oh, gee, I have no idea.
No, you're not into that. Okay, that's a
I think
theory.
he's old. I think he's getting older. You know, I think moving down a weight class. I was hearing Sean O'Malley talk about brain fluid, and he said when you cut down a weight class, it affects your brain fluid, and you get less brain. You get circulation to your brain, and when you cut too much weight there, you get less of a chin.
Yeah, I tell you what, it makes sense. I heard what's his face, Covington say the same thing. You know, it's just not healthy for you to cut down like that. But then you see guys like Jose Aldo, you see Barboza,
McGregor
have success. I mean, well, McGregor did it early and then went up. You know, guys later on going down. I mean, it's questionable. But then you see guys with success. I guess everyone's different. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. But yeah, Cody No Love versus Sean O'Malley. It's just, I don't know. It feels fun to me. I feel if Cody could somehow win that fight, that would be nuts. I think everyone would forget about all the knockouts. He stopped a hype train. He's not quite ranked right now. So
it'd be huge for him.
Yeah, be fun. What do you think, Sean O'Malley? Could he be a champ?
Absolutely. I'm a fan of his for sure.
Yeah.
I put 50 on that first round knockout. Woo.
Oh, you bet first round. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Good for
and
you.
I almost hit a parlay if Amanda Nunes didn't freaking lose there.
Oh no, Amanda Nunes was a lot of people in the chat. That's what they said. As soon as Amanda Nunes lost, everyone was saying there goes the parlay. That sucks. She was the lock too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I hate parlays. I loathe them. I understand you can win a lot of money doing that. But I would cry for weeks after losing parlays. I just want to bet straight up.
Unless it was like a lock. You knew for sure.
People thought Nunes was a lock, and look what happens. You know? Think about that. That's the thing.
I mean, I don't know.
I like chipping away. I bet separate, chip away, and make a couple bucks here and there and call it a night. You know? But maybe I'm a pussy. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I do the $5 parlays. Just, have a good time.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Yeah. If you're doing low money and stuff like that, then yeah, fuck
I do
it.
$500 parlays.
Jesse's big money.
Geez, damn.
Yeah, she's the big spender. Yeah, then I get it. That's fun. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
All right, anything else, man?
No, man. Pleasure talking to you.
Same here. You sound like my cousin.
No, he didn't.
He did. You know what I'm talking about? He sounded a little bit like him. A little bit, right? I don't know. Anyway, I think everyone sounds like my cousins. 516-522-0267. Give us a call. We have 24 minutes of show left, and I like these calls. Even the Kevin. I didn't mind that. I like yelling and screaming with him. He's all right. I wish he would moved on, but whatever.
Call from NH. To accept, press.
Hey, Eddie. Hey, sweet tits. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, Chris and Jesse. How are you?
We're wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yes. How you doing?
Doing good.
So what's on your mind?
Life's good. Well, like you guys, I was totally shocked. My jaw dropped when you lost. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
That was
I
nuts.
couldn't believe it. And I'm not trying to, like you guys are saying too, you know, it could have been the COVID. Sometimes just a little bit off. You know, you like we've seen before and other fighters that you know, you just didn't seem herself. That's all. But,
Yeah.
Hey, more power to. I'm not trying to take the glory away from Peña. Hey, she beat her. What can you say? But it just looked like you said that. I mean, it didn't look like it was much. I mean, it looks like she tapped out and kind of gave up.
Yeah,
But, hey,
it was weird. It's like she collected a check. But yeah, I don't want to sit here and make excuses, but how could you not? Like, it was bizarre, right? It was a bizarre showing for Amanda Nunes.
It was. It was kind of. She's a little bit different. Yeah. And it could be because, like I said, who knows? I'm not trying to say, hey, that's why and this and that, and that's why she lost. But you know, it who knows? But she just looked off. But
Do you want to see them run it back?
Yeah, I'd like to see them running back. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if they run it back and she goes, I think she'd beat her. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're saying Amanda wins in the rematch? And
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you think? See, I my fear is Amanda wins the rematch, and Julianna Peña will relentlessly hunt down Dana White for the trilogy fight, and we'll see a third one. You know, that's my fear. So I kind of hope Julianna Peña wins the rematch, because I don't know if I give a shit about three of them, but who knows?
Yeah, 3 might be a little much.
It's like, how many of these we got to do? But yeah, who knows? I mean, listen, it's a huge upset. Maybe the second one will be like an epic, you know, fight for the ages. Possible. Who knows?
Who knows? Could be. And Sean O'Malley, I said I always liked him. I mean, I think he's a character. I knew he was going to win. I just, you know, had to. I mean, I know they're bringing him up slowly, and that's good. And I think he could be champion. Hey, I just like the way he acts and just like when he fights, he's just kind of like when he does get the knockout, he's just kind of nonchalantly, you know, he's just like, wow, hey, you know, okay, I got him. But yeah, I like his character. I like how he is. Some people don't, but hey, I think he's doing good. I think he's doing really good so far.
Yeah, listen, I mean, like I said, I have my criticisms outside of the cage with some of his other stuff that's just not my cup of tea. But at the same time, he is maturing on the mic. He's maturing in the cage. The UFC is doing the right thing, slowly bringing him up, and I'm interested. Like I am. I like watching the kid fight. You know, I really do. So I'm curious. The sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, he just kind of makes it look easy. You know, I mean, that's what I say. He just kind of like, you know, he's serious. So it's kind of like nonchalant. He just boom, bang. You know, it's just like I like watching him. Yeah. He just makes it.
Yeah, he's fun.
And it's fun watching him. And then all of yes, that was so great. We all, well, you guys said 2 third round, I believe, choking him out.
Yes,
and I did too. That's the one I did the best on.
Well, actually,
other than that,
yeah, I don't even know what round I picked. I was just so happy I hit the bet on him. But yeah, could you believe it? Why the hell was he the freaking underdog? What the hell? What were they thinking?
I don't know. That's what I couldn't figure out either. Why he was the underdog. I don't know. That was weird. I couldn't figure that out.
Like fights
It
like
looked really
this.
good.
If you're a real MMA fan, right? Fights like this are so easy to bet on because listen, as much as I love Conor, I'm realistic in certain aspects. I'm realistic in matchups and stuff. And I know how good Charles Oliveira is. So basically, this bet was catered towards casual fans seeing Dustin Poirier beat McGregor. McGregor's leg snaps in half, and automatically they're thinking that Dustin Poirier is the next best thing since sliced bread. But as an MMA fan, you know, watching the sport and understanding what's going on here, it was super easy. I mean, at first, I almost made the casual pick, and then I started watching and observing, and it was clear as day that Charles is going to get this thing done.
Yeah, I was like Jesse. I knew he was going to get it done.
Yeah, Jesse saw before everyone.
I wasn't going to pick Dustin at all. I was like, what are you guys thinking? I'm like, I mean, there's no way. Everybody's saying, oh, it's Dustin. I'm like, no. And then he got choked out. So it's like, yeah, he got choked out. What? So you can't go after Conor and saying crap about that. He lost too and got his butt kicked. He got choked out.
And you know what's funny?
Like, lay off Conor and lay off my cowboy, Kevin.
Well,
God,
he's a
dang.
lost cause. He's a lost cause. Don't even bother. But you know, like I said in the beginning, I literally there's more to just the fights that you have to take into consideration. You know, there's a lot more things, and maybe people saw things that I didn't see outside of the cage from Julianna Peña.
You mean more than just skill, like what they bring to the fight.
Yes, there's more than just a fight.
Yeah.
There's a psychological aspect to this game that people, you know, they have to observe a little bit more if you're going to be spending money on this stuff. Now, if you're just going to, as a fan, just throw shade out there and root for fighters, that's fine. I have no problem. You want to talk shit, that's fine. But if you're going to put your money where your mouth is, you got to be a little bit more smart. And you have to think more than just X's and O's, more than just tape study. And it pays off in the long run. It does.
Yeah, it does. It's like, and Kaz was probably all upset. But hey, I still couldn't believe, like you said, that he was the under. I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed too easy,
whatever.
right?
I was like, there's no way. But I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, you guys think, you know. I just thought he's just more better. He's more slick. He's more, you know. I just had to. I thought he'd finish it earlier, but hey, third round's good. But Poirier's good, but Charles is, yeah. and Cruz too. I was so happy Cruz won that, and people were saying he's, you know, old and can't. You know, the guy he knows what he's doing. He still got moves. Maybe not as fast, but he can still move. I mean, the guy's not afraid. I mean, the guy knows what he's doing. He's like ahead. He knows like what the other guy's going to do before he does it. You know, I mean, he's just right there. I mean, that was a good fight.
Yeah.
I don't know why more people don't like him, but hey, whatever.
Dom's he's still got it, and like I said, he's been off for a while. Like those injuries and whatever, recuperating. He doesn't have the mileage of a typical fighter his age. You know what I'm saying? So he's still got a little left. I don't know if he's quite going to be a champ again, but he's definitely making noise, and he's fun to watch. You know, like it was a little slap in the face that he was on the prelims. You know, that was kind of, maybe he had a little chip on his shoulder. Got fight of the night.
Yeah,
so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably hoping to be on the main card, but oh well. Hey,
what are you gonna do? Anything else, Ann?
The last species is the last fight on the the first on the floor, so he was at the top. He was almost there. Yeah.
It just shows how good the card was.
At least he wasn't on the early prelims.
Yep, that's right.
But,
he was on the prelims with Jordan Wright. That's where he was hanging out with.
And Ige, that fight, I thought he won that, but hey.
Yeah, I do too. But I'm not going to lose any sleep. I'm not. I mean, I get it. That one judge 30-27 just blows my mind. I don't know how that works.
Was funny.
But, you know,
I couldn't believe
that's the only thing that bothers me. Other than that, who cares? You know, it's like, it is what it is. Well, I'm not going to lose any sleep.
I ain't too bad on my picks, but at least I'm not afraid to do my picks and put them out there to see Kevin.
Yeah.
At least I say and admit, and, you know, at least I put my picks out there. I didn't make the first page, but hey, I mean, I got 7 right, I think. So hey,
that's it. But, well, at least it had fun, right? It was a good card. Had fun.
Yes, I always have fun. It was a good card, exciting, and wasn't boring. Yep, that's for sure. Loved it. Everything about it.
All right. Well, Ann, listen, I love hearing your beautiful, sweet voice, but we must move on to another caller.
Yes.
I appreciate your call, Ann.
I know. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
All right,
love you, MMA-Holes.
All right. There's the knitter.
Bye.
Ann H. calling in. Excuse me. Got a donation coming in here. The last show, I apologize. The whole beginning of the show, I was listening back to the, I don't know what's going on, but I'm constantly congested. It's just not going away. It's driving me nuts. Maybe I should go to an allergist or something. I can't shake this congestion. I'm like a phlegmy mess. Let's see. TNT Warrior subscribed, hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
You always come with me to my allergy appointment in a couple weeks.
I should. This is nuts, man. I can't, I can't shake it.
Wonderful.
The Joker.
Okay, I want to try to redeem Kevin. Kevin is referring to just after Conor versus Donald. He is trying to say that just after that, Chris called for the Conor v Khabib rematch.
So Conor versus Dustin, and after that, I called for the, and no, that's not what he was saying though. I understand what you're trying to say, but that's not what Kevin was saying. Because I tried to pull anything out of him, and he was He was all over the place. But thank you, Joker.
Wonderful.
Here's Kevin. Oh, let's see if he can explain it.
No, you butthead. Justin Gaethje ended up fighting for the title. You tried to pigeonhole me into another irrelevant argument because that's what you always do. Bringing up Blachowicz, etc. I was saying Charles should get the title shot, not McGregor.
Kevin, that was the interim strap. That was the interim strap. There was an interim strap there. I still don't get it. 516-522. UFC 269. I mean, you're taking L's left and right. UFC 269 is what we're talking about. And Kevin from Chicago is trying to crowbar Conor McGregor into the conversation. Who's the fanboy?
He says you're wrong.
Oh, you're saying, hold on a second. You're saying Khabib versus Gaethje. Yeah, actually, I am wrong on that. Khabib versus Gaethje was a title fight. That's correct. So what is he trying to say? Can you help me out here?
Honestly, when it comes to you and Kevin, I never listen. I just like to enjoy the banter back and forth.
So you were saying Oliveira should have got the shot over Gaethje, another guy that you dick suck. For years, you've been dick sucking Justin Gaethje. And all of a sudden, you're off that guy's cock. You also said that Gaethje, I think he picked Gaethje to pick Khabib, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check the tape. So, does it make sense? Still doesn't make any fucking sense. What does Conor McGregor have to do with Gaethje fighting Khabib? I don't understand. I honestly do not understand. He says he picked Charles Oliveira should get the title shot. That's what he said. I'm trying to make sense of this shit. Gaethje gets the title shot. Conor has nothing to do with it. Yeah, Kevin is bringing up Conor McGregor. Makes total sense. 516-522-0267. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe in another world that makes sense to somebody, but not in this world. Kevin, I'm sorry, but it's just a mess of thoughts and misfiring.
You called for Conor to get a title shot after beating Cowboy.
Conor didn't get a title shot after beating Cowboy.
No, he said you called for it.
I am not Dana White. So what the fuck's his point? He called for Charles Oliveira to get a title shot. What is the point? I don't understand. Why are you bringing up Conor McGregor? Why do you have a hard-on for McGregor so much? I'm a pretty big fan. Yeah, you're the one bringing him up. UFC 269. I don't know what the point is. I mean, if you want to keep catching L's, keep opening your mouth, and I'll just keep on delivering them to you. I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Doesn't Glove Touch hate Kevin so badly that he intentionally doesn't watch when Kevin is calling?
No, Kevin shows up when Glove Touch goes to sleep because he's stuck in Glove Touch. Glove Touch. He's like, Glove Touch has school.
I have to say, Kevin is the only grown man I've ever seen who's been triggered by a 16-year-old Glove Touch. I do have to say, like, that's the only, like, I don't really have any shit to say about Kevin, but that is one thing that I find quite odd. You're literally the only full-grown adult male who gets triggered by a 16-year-old. It's quite bizarre.
When Glove Touch is in the chat, Kevin, he just fucking heads for the hills. But you notice Glove Touch is fucking sleeping. So Kevin's like, all right, I'll call now. No, I usually like Kevin's calls, but he was so fixated on this Conor thing, and he wasn't delivering the point. And we're talking about UFC 269. It makes no sense. Like, nothing's making sense. You know? Usually his debating is fun, but I don't know what the fuck he's talking. Like, we don't even know what he's talking about. Like, the dude's in, like, limbo. I think he might have lost his touch. He used to be the king of the calls. Said, like, everyone, listen, Amanda Nunes took an L. You know, she was the greatest of all time. Kevin was one of the greatest callers out there. It's a shame.
Call from
Cody's chin.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I had to have Jesse translate that. Drunk Savage, how you doing?
Yo, 'Yo. How you doing, buddy? What's going on?
Okay, first off, fighters, 2 seconds. 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 2
fighters
Do not bring your fucking family to goddamn fight week, because every time you do, you'll fucking get your shit kicked in. Let's stop this shit right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess Julianna Peña did. So, I mean, I guess she's the exception. But, yeah, Dustin Poirier, you know, he was the first time his girl was around, you know, the whole situation with Fight Week. And then you have Amanda Nunes trotting her girl around. But she's been doing that, too. It doesn't seem like it helps.
The favorites. Come on.
What's that?
The favorites.
I mean, it doesn't help. No, I've been going around yelling and screaming about Conor McGregor, keep your family home. Yeah, I don't see how it helps the situation in any way.
Seriously, if I was like in the fighter right now, my wife and kid asked to come with me to fight week, I'd be like, fucking bitch, you want me to die, don't you?
Yeah, Jan Blachowicz has his kids crying on the plane on the embedded, and he loses his belt. I mean, it seems like you're more likely to lose.
But yeah, goddamn. Nobody saw that shit coming. Peña and Nunes. Fuck, you know, I know you want to fucking call COVID on it, but, you know, I think fighters like Nunes, you know, they get so wrapped up in their own heads with their own hype and shit, you know, so dominant. I think their hype gets to them, and they start believing that shit, and they start getting a little bit lazy here and there. They don't train as hard as they should.
So I can't get past how drunk you are right now.
Are you so fucking touch my collar there, bitch?
You just want to fight and Peña good.
You know,
but it doesn't matter because
I'm picturing you trying to get through and you're just slamming whiskey until we pick up. Like it was like
you fucking dodging my calls again.
All right, so hold on, let's try to get through this. So
Okay, Nunes didn't lose because of COVID.
Yes. Okay.
She lost because she believed her own hype and started to get a little lazy in her training. Kind of like Rocky during fucking Mr. T.
Okay, so you're saying that she wasn't prepared. She was looking past this, perhaps a Kayla Harrison fight or something. She was just going to beat Peña.
You know, come on. When I heard Peña wasn't contender, I fucking laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
When you heard Peña was a contender, you laughed, yes, because a lot of people thought she was going to take the L. A lot of people agreed that she was going to lose, and look what happened. So you blame Amanda?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think she took her very seriously, to be honest with you.
But that would be her fault then, no?
True, but like I said, I think she got to a place where she started to believe her own hype. Just like so many fighters before her, like Anderson Silva and Fedor, among others. You know, they get to a place where they believe their own hype, and maybe they don't train as hard. But they don't take their opponents as serious.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, you never know. It's a possibility. It's not impossible. I think that's possible. I think COVID's possible. I think Julianna's was just better that night. I mean, there's so many things we can throw out there. I don't think anyone's clearly wrong. We have to hear from the horse's mouth. We have to hear what Amanda says, what her kind of excuses she's going to come up with. You know?
All I know is KHAMZAT almost fucking retired because of COVID, and now he's back and better than ever. So, what's up with that?
Because everyone's different, though. I mean, I'm having different reactions than Jesse's having, and, you know, like, everyone's having a different reaction from it. So, I think that's the thing. You know, people are having tougher times to shake it than others. So, I don't know what the answer is.
Maybe. But all I know is I called Cody perfectly. I told you, going down to fucking 125, you're going to get knocked the fuck out just like TJ.
Yeah.
You're like, no, he's fucking not stopping. He's got chin. Everybody's saying he does have a chin.
Listen,
They're fucking stupid.
I'll take that on the head. Listen, every dog has its day. You know? I gave you hell for picking. You were yelling and screaming about Colby Covington. I'm laughing because something else popped up right now. Something else sidetracked me. I'll show it in a second. But listen, every once in a while I get them wrong, and that one was a wrong one. I will take that on the chin. You can have your moment right now.
Yeah, the hell, the wrong one. I've been calling that since he got lost the fucking second time, TJ.
That's right. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm showing what's distracting me right now. But yes, Cody Garbrandt definitely. I'm sorry. There's something on the screen that's That's complete. I mean, talk about distracting. We'll wait for it to catch up with you. What other points you got, Mr. Savage?
Sean O'Malley. Is it me, or are they, like, booking him just... They're using the boxing formula with his ass.
What formula are you using?
The boxing.
Oh, so they're just feeding him. Well, yeah, I mean, they're feeding him.
Yeah, they're feeding him guys they know he can beat right now.
Yeah. What are you drinking tonight? What the hell? What's got you at this stage?
I'm on vodka tonight.
Ooh, vodka? Are you just going straight?
Taking my call earlier would have been different. But
Yeah.
whatever.
I think I like you. I think I like you towards the end of the show. It's more fun. Yeah. So what we say? So you're drinking vodka? You mixing it with anything? You going straight into the mouth?
No, I'm just going straight.
Okay.
When have you ever heard drunk to mix an alcoholic beverage?
I don't know.
Moss?
Maybe it's just it's the holidays.
I used to mix Gatorade.
Yeah.
Certain liquors a lot.
Oh, he does. See, he hydrates himself. Put some Gatorade in there. See, Jess?
Yeah, but I can't afford that no more. So.
Yeah. Okay, goes. What kind of
Fuck
vodka?
you, Joe Biden.
The gas prices and fucking Joe
No,
Biden.
that fucking inflation bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck Joe Biden.
He's an asshole.
Taking gave that shit on control. Fuck him.
I don't want to fuck him though. I think he's, I
Fuck
think he's
Joe
doing
Biden. You
Anyway.
not only made the gas prices high, but now I can't get Gatorade.
He's taking all the.
No, it's not just Gatorade. Like everything at the grocery store is like $5 now. Come on.
Yeah. Can you say, Joe Biden, you've taken everything I've worked for? Can you give us a little of that?
Let's go, Brandon.
I want to hear the Nate Diaz. All right. So yeah, Sean O'Malley. So you don't like what they're doing with Sean, right? You don't like them feeding these fighters. You think he should get a little step up, a Merab Dvalishvili.
Yeah, okay, come on. Give him... I just checked the rankings. He's like 13 right now.
Oh, is he ranked now? Hold on, let's see.
Yep.
I thought it's Wednesday. What? They ranked him already? Hold on a second. What rankings you looking at? It's not the UFC
I looked
ones.
at UFC rankings. It says he's 13 right now.
Let's see. Whoa! Wow! They did. Usually it's on. Usually it's on Wednesday. The UFC's like, here you go. You're 13. Wow. Okay.
Okay,
That's
let's get
hilarious.
some ranked motherfuckers now.
Well, yeah, you have no choice. They might have.
Apparently, he signed a new deal with them.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna give him like Frankie Edgar. That's what they're gonna do. Wait, how did Frankie move up? Wait, what? Hold on a second. How is Frankie up 2 spots? How does that happen? Didn't he just get killed?
I don't question anything these days.
You know what they're doing? They're putting Frankie in place to get killed by Sean. What is that about? Why is he up 2? How does he lose and go up 2 spots? That's fucking bizarre.
I'll give him Cody Saman, give him Song Yudong. There's another guy. I don't think he's ranked, calling his ass out. I forget his fucking name.
Okay. Oh, Barbarena.
No, not him. That was another guy.
Yeah, Barbarena's going crazy. Oh, what about Adrian Yanez? That's another guy. Yeah.
Anybody fucking ranked. I don't care anymore.
Adrian Yanez is someone that that would be fun. Is that his name, Adrian? What the hell's his name? Yanez? Where's he ranked? Yanez is he even... Wait, Yanez is not ranked? What the
Give
fuck?
his ass fucking lazy.
That's
I don't
weird.
fucking believe his hype.
All right. I don't know what's going on anymore. I feel like I'm in a weird Twilight Zone episode. Anything else?
Yeah, just quick shout to the memory of Michael Anzalone 2-year anniversary.
Whoa.
You know.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take up all the time, but
Yeah, we missed the
shout out
ends.
to Michael Anzalone. Miss that guy. Miles, stop taking all the credit for you picking fucking Charles Oliveira because you just copied off JVM.
I did.
Your
I
wife
copied her
gets the
homework.
credit.
But you
Your
know
wife
what?
Gets the credit.
I gave a great explanation after I copied her homework. That's for sure.
Yeah, I figured. I saw Will Harris fucking ducked out after you started taking phone calls. He's like, I don't want to listen to these stupid motherfuckers anymore. Like, I was just here for Chris.
Oh, man.
He's my guy. After that, I don't give a shit.
Will's like, yeah. Are you going to open it to them? I'm out of here. Yeah. I got to get Will on, though. He's funny, man.
Yeah, get him on again.
He's
Didn't you have him on before?
What's that?
Didn't you have him on before?
Yeah, we had him on once. Nice guy, real nice guy. Actually, he's if it wasn't for Real, we wouldn't know Will Harris. So it's all Real.
Oh, where's Real right now? I guarantee you it was at the fucking Capitol riots.
Oh my God, who knows what the hell he's doing right
He
now?
probably was.
Real.
Speaking of that, MMA-Holes have the third channel, Outside Thoughts.
Aw.
Going to be more active these days, so drop a sub
Heck
and
yeah.
drop in during the afternoon.
Heck yeah,
That's
Drunk.
right. Yeah, Jess, want to do a quick promo after Drunk said that?
Well, YouTube threatened to take my channel away because I haven't been active on it for like 2 years. So they're like, you need to start streaming and get those analytics back up or we're going to take your partnership away. So now I'm streaming every day until I can get for the next 10 days, hoping that I get my analytics to where they need to be so that I can keep my channel.
There we go. So smash the likes.
Link in the description.
Smash those likes. All right, Drunk man.
Yep.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Just watch out right, and he's always right.
That's right. Thanks. What did he say?
I didn't catch the last part.
He didn't even give us a later slap nuts.
Oh yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, he's really feeling it tonight. All right, there's Drunk Savage. And shout out to the Michael Anselon. Yeah, today is the 2-year anniversary of his passing. So we did a little throwback to Michael Ans, the GOAT. And we'll always remember him. Hey, hit the like button. 183. The show has gone 3 hours tonight. We need 200 likes. I mean, what? Come on, baby. Can we get this party to 200 likes? Can we hit the goalie goals before we get out of here? I mean, I think we had a great stream. We had some interesting calls. We discussed the entire UFC 269 card. What's in the future, what's not in the future. We welcome back Polymarket to the mix with mybookie.ag, also Head Rush, and mysticrootcbd.com. We got some more Fukin sponsors, and we're hanging with the boys. Jess, what do you think?
Hanging with the boys.
Do you think we get to 200? I think we could do it.
I think we do, Moss.
Come on, people. We got 11 more likes. Use your alt accounts, and let's send this stream into a dance show. And we'll see you on Wednesday night, where we have Caleb Harris coming on. I tried to get Julian Lane. That dude doesn't answer his freaking DMs. I don't want to pull the Tiger Life string, but I might have to.
The Tiger Life string?
Yeah. Oh, Matthew Cater.
Oh, gosh.
He reached out. Matthew Klein Cater said he would call Ali Abdelaziz. Oh, here he is. Oh, okay. He's in. Oh, oh, boy. Well, Wednesday's going to be fun. Look up Matthew Klein Cater. Do yourself a favor. We've had him on the show before, a little while back. It's going to be a nice wow. Okay. This is going to be interesting. What's his Instagram? Oh, boy. So it looks like he confirmed on Wednesday. He says he's going to call Ali Abdelaziz live on the show. I think he's going to challenge Cody Garbrandt to a fight or something. He wants to fight Cody. He's been wanting to fight Cody Garbrandt for the longest time. Let me see if I can find his what is his Instagram? He's a bodybuilder. He challenged Cody Garbrandt a couple of years back when Cody Garbrandt was actually doing good things. And Cody accepted. He's like, I'll fight you. Come to my gym. I'll fight you. And it was a whole thing. It went viral. So here he is, the Shallow King. He's got 76,000. Wow, look at that. All these followers over here. Shallow King. So we'll work on trying to get him 9 o'clock Eastern time on the Wednesday show. And he says he's going to call Ali Abdelaziz. The guy's nuts, man.
Are you sure he even has Ollie's number?
Well, we don't know, but every time he's on, it's gold. Like the guy, he had like such a freaking clippable moment the last time he was on. So we'll play with that. Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit that notification bell because Wednesday should be very interesting. So I have Caleb Harris, who's fighting bare knuckle main event against Julian Lane. Let me bang, bro. And God, oh boy, yeah, he's something else. So it's going to get interesting. All right, let me finish that that situation, and let's get out of here.
Thank you so much to our sponsors, Head Rush, Mystic Roots, CB. Wait, Moss.
Yes? What'd I do? Oh, did we do it? No way. While I was just rambling? Oh my God, they made dreams come true on a Monday night. 200 likes.
Button, it's time to lax. I slap the like button, we hit the goals. We hit the goals. We hit the like. We hit the like goals. Hit the like goals. Hit the like goals. We hit the like goals. We hit the goals. We hit the goals. We hit the like. We hit the like goals. Go, 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 to go.
Wow. When was the last time we hit a like goal on a week show? It's been a while. Must be a Christmas miracle. All right. Thank you, donators. Appreciate it. Thank you, likers. And let's get out of here.
Thank you so much to our sponsors, Head Rush, Mystic Roots, CBD.com, MyBookie, and Polymarket. Promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES for all of your discounts on all of your favorite products, as well as ESPN Plus. Link in the description to watch all of your favorite live sports, UFC Fight Nights, and UFC pay-per-views. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be live again Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hit the like. And as always, don't be an a-hole, be an MMA-Hole.